Hey, this is Liz, and you're listening to 90 Day Fiancé Fridays.
Welcome, everybody, to a special flagship show, 90 Day Fiance Fridays on a Friday with the whole crew and our Patreon people and everyone else. And we're really excited. We have a lot of interesting shit going on. And I know you're all excited for updates on earlier topics in the week. Wink, wink, because we all are on the same page. But let's just get started. The first thing I just want to mention real quick is it's a little milestone. So we've hit over like 20,000 downloads on Apple. So that's amazing. February was our best month as far as downloads. Another thing of note is I looked back. So March 30th was the 1 year anniversary of our first recorded show on Twitter.
Wait, did we miss the
Really?
1 year
We're
anniversary?
already
Or
1 year in.
how we didn't have an anniversary
We
podcast.
didn't have an anniversary podcast.
What
Now
the
Well,
fuck,
this is going
Shabooty?
to be a little belated anniversary podcast.
we
That's
should have had a
so
very
damn.
big.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
really upset because we could have had a big anniversary celebration. We could have got a bunch of celebrity guests. I could have brought my bestie on and Jamal and Rob. Why didn't you say something?
Or we could just
I don't
lie.
know.
We could just lie instead of
Yeah,
having it. We could just
George.
invite them.
Well, either way, congratulations to us for celebrating 1 year of it's not 1 year when we first ever did a Twitter space or a podcast. It's the 1 year of when we first started recording them. And
Oh.
curious people, the impetus of starting to record them was because we had a cast member on a year ago, and it was Jenny, the one that was with Rishi, and she was on our podcast at the earliest form of our podcast. And when she got on, we were like, oh well, we have to record it because we have a famous person on. So
I re-listened to some of that tonight, and it was really good. I'm just saying, it was really good.
I do remember that. Yes.
Remember Jen.
yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. I remember that. But yeah, we should have had a big anniversary
And
celebration.
So maybe
Coco was on too, right?
Maybe we'll do it this Sunday.
well, no, I have an idea, George. So maybe we do it actually next Friday, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I contacted Jen and I said, "Hey, you should come back on the podcast, and we could kind of reminisce and talk about, you being on a year ago." And so we could bring her, and I'm planning to have her on next Friday. So then we could bring her on as almost like a
Well,
celebratory anniversary show.
Friday doesn't work for me. That's when I make my 53rd orbit around the sun.
Oh, it's your
Wait,
birthday?
is that your birthday?
Yes, it is.
Oh my
Shut
God.
up.
Oh, way.
I'm gonna make my 53rd orbit.
Well, what are you doing for your birthday?
Well, my sisters are coming from New York.
Will there be strippers?
No, not this time.
No strippers. Oh, okay. I was just
It's
asking
not
if there's
my birthday, George.
I mean, Captain has told us that she's had strippers before.
I had strippers for my bridal shower.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was just
She's from New
wondering.
Jersey, of course.
A very polite stripper, by the way.
No, nobody wants a polite stripper, right? Don't you want a guy to just put it all in your face?
Well, he was being polite because the group was a lot older than
Oh, really?
so he didn't he didn't want to give anybody a coronary. So
Oh.
He didn't want to just whip it out and smack you in the face.
yeah, he didn't want to smack it
I
right.
mean, speaking of old, I just gotta real quick tell you a little really quick thing happened to me today at CVS. I was in line and I heard this guy come before me and they asked him his birthday and he said 1939 and I was
What?
like, oh my, yeah, I was like, oh my God, I think I just came in my pants.
Yeah.
Did you also ask him what was Martin
I know,
Luther
but
King
it
like?
gets better. It gets better, George.
I would have been like, oh my God, what was Martin Luther King like?
Listen to this. I turn around. First of all, the man's like 87 and he's not wearing a cane. I thought he looked like he was in his 70s. He looked fabulous.
Oh, so that looks good. 70s looks good.
Yes, but
Okay.
he had a shirt on, okay, guys? He had a shirt on.
I hope so.
And
No
it
shirt, no
said-
shoes, no service.
Old men do it better.
That's what the shirt
Did
says?
you take a picture with him so you could
I
post it?
took a picture of the shirt and I turned to him and I'm like, I agree.
He was
Did you ask him where he got it from?
No, but okay, so I took a
Welcome
picture of the
closet.
shirt because I was like, oh my God, this is like if we have merchandise, that's gonna be my shirt. But it was all very interesting. So he goes, well, no, sorry. The big logo said "Old Guys Rule," and the monogram was like, "The older I get, the better it is."
Oh.
That's like your whole MO, modus
I
I'm so-
know, and I took a picture of it. I'm gonna send it to you guys in the chat so you guys don't think
I'm
I'm
surprised
fucking.
you didn't take a picture with him because
What was I supposed to do? Oh, hi, I love old dick. Can I take a picture with you? I mean,
that's exactly
how
what
do
you
how do
did.
you work that into
Well,
a
you should-
conversation?
You
I
should
love your
say,
shirt. Can
no,
I
you
take a
got
picture
him.
with you?
You should have got him to like record a audio drop and say, "Hey, this is a sexy old man. You listen to 90 Day Fiance Fridays."
Well, Coco, regardless of what you said to him, he wouldn't have been able to hear you. He's like 100 years old. He can't hear.
100 years old.
So you could have just stood.
He was probably
I just.
by Apple.
You should have just stood next to him. Okay, so I've
Oh,
had
his
people.
shirt says, "The older I get, the better I am."
Oh,
I'm like, oh my god, he was wearing this loud and proud, guys. I just sent the picture, and he was wearing this loud and fucking proud, and I was like, you know what, you go, man. You're 85. You don't have a cane. You actually can walk. Like that's the fucking jackpot right there.
Can I post this picture in our Patreon?
Yeah, please do. Because I didn't show his face, but I was like, oh my god.
oh wow, he's so wrinkly.
Yeah.
No, is that hot?
His neck is all wrinkled. I didn't even know your neck could wrinkle. Wow.
I said I got wet there.
I believe that you did.
Coco was probably picturing those old wrinkled
A,
balls,
a little pee came out of me when I was in line with him, okay?
bagging her, those wrinkled up old balls. Just
So
tea-
what was he picking up? Was he picking up Viagra?
He actually was.
I had that feeling. I had that feeling when you were describing the shirt. I was like, I bet you any money.
Dude,
he's
I
picking
swear
up
to
Viagra.
God. I was
Real-
like,
real
too bad
quick.
I wasn't a Filipino that looked like I was 12, because then that looks totally like his type. I'm sorry. He
Yes,
looks like a
real-
sex tourist.
Real quick, our Patreon subscribers, you can go look at the photo in the group member chat.
Mm-hmm. But I just had made that quick story because I was like, it was just hilarious. I'm sorry. That shit was so funny.
True. No, that picture was worth 1,000 words.
I assume that's what.
I was like, the age and the fact that he actually wore the shirt like in public is fucking crazy.
I mean, I assume that type of riffraff is going on inside of a CVS, right?
Yeah.
Like, isn't that store?
Oh, I have the
completely-
best time at CVS. Like, you see all the fucking weirdos. It's amazing.
Well,
it's like
yeah, I
it's
was
like
gonna
free
say.
entertainment.
It's like the 24-hour corner store for like people that need drugs.
And in Vegas, that's like even more so.
Oh my God, you can get it from Etsy.
What can you get from Etsy?
That's
You don't-
true.
Like
The shirt.
Yes.
Oh, you found the shirt?
Of course I did.
So our first live event,
Mhm.
Coco, you're gonna have to get that shirt, or even better, we can make our own version of it, change it a bit, and make our own version of it. And then
Okay.
you have to wear that shirt.
Oh my God, you did find it on Etsy. Okay, hold on. I just need to see what it actually. Oh, the older I get, the better it was. The better I was.
In past tense?
oh my God, you were talking to a ghost.
Yeah, that was a dead person. That was just a corpse.
The older I get, the better
Okay,
it was.
yeah, he's trying to say as he gets older, he reflects on it and he gets better.
Oh, so it's not even a sexual thing?
Oh, I
Well,
took it as a
it could be
sexual thing because I'm a
sexual.
horny little bitch.
No, I still take it sexually, so I don't.
I'm sorry. I'm like,
And I feel like the surfboard is like a metaphor for his raging hard on.
Yeah.
I
It was
mean,
called-
he did. I was wearing a crop top with leggings, and I had my dog with me in my bag. So I think he said, "Oh, hi."
The only thing that would make this more old dude, did he call you sweetheart or honey at any point?
Or
He said,
darling.
"Excuse me, baby doll."
Okay, that's what I was looking for. It was that, hey, let me set women back 100 years comment.
Okay, but you know what? I love being called kiddo or like kid, or I need to go back to therapy.
Lassie.
What? Okay, you know what? You know what? Shame on all of you. In fact, you haven't lived until you've had a 72-year-old man come on your face and say, "What a good girl." Fuck off.
So I guess I'm never gonna live. I guess
No, I just had dinner. No, absolutely not.
Like Coco, Elena sent me a picture to send you, so I just sent it in the group chat. Check
Oh
it.
shoot.
It's another T-shirt.
Oh my God.
Oh
Yes.
my Lord.
Yeah, we got to get her that one.
No, she's wearing that one. When we do the live show, you're wearing that one.
Okay, the people that are wondering, I'm going to post that one in the Patreon.
Can you post photos in here?
I think I disabled it after we had those trolls.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop. You know what? And this is so funny. I said the other day on Twitter, I was like, do not send me any dick pics. If not, I'm gonna send you something that will literally scar you for life. So someone sent me a dick pic, and so I sent him a video of an 85-year-old man bending backwards with a butt plug while he's jacking off.
Oh, so you sent a Rob photo or video? Basically.
Yeah, but of an 85-year-old man using a cane.
Mhm.
I mean, either way, they weren't something people wanted to look at. But yeah.
I mean, sure.
True. So yeah, if you're listening live and you want to see the photos, just join us on Patreon. It's only like what, $5 a month or something.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe. I didn't make it.
Yeah, I think it's like
That
$5.
sounds accurate though.
That's a pretty good deal for a lot of entertainment.
It is. It is.
Yeah, it is actually. Some people pay more for Jasmine's coochie pics, right? And nobody even wants to see that. So yeah, it's not expensive at all.
Sure. Are y'all ready for my topic?
You have a topic this week? What's your topic?
One that everyone's excited about.
Oh, okay, I'm ready for it.
But you know what I'm talking about, right? Before I get to it.
I think so.
Okay, so my topic is a Mahogany, who I was all excited about because I was like, oh my God, it'd be so amazing if she could show up on the show. Now here's the
Yeah, so is she here?
Well, here's the update. So I DM'd her earlier and I said, hey, are you free tonight to come on the podcast? Then I checked the profile again. And now it says, hold on, ready, y'all? It says Instagram user disabled accounts can't be contacted.
This is so
You
funny.
guys.
Because I feel like a black lady in hindsight, and I'm like, I told you. What did I tell you? Exactly what just happened. What happened? Exactly what I told you. I told you it was fake.
So that means it's fake if they disabled.
Well, no shit. Did you actually still believe it was real?
I mean, the fact
Wait,
that
well,
you
after the whole discovery, Shabooty.
Shabooty.
I mean, like, come on.
I am actually shocked that you fell for that because I thought you were better than this.
Well, when you turn into content for the podcast, that makes me catfish proof.
I mean, the fact that you bought into it, I get people that message me all the time, right? And they say they're famous, or they say that, or they'll go through my website and they'll see like pictures of me and like, I don't know, Rihanna or me and Nick Jonas, and then they'll make a fake account and they're like, hey, it's me, Nick Jonas. I'm like, it's not you, Nick. First of all, because I would know. So like, it's so easy for me to tell who's lying. So the fact that she even got like 3 sentences past you shocks me.
You gotta at least play the first voice message for the listeners where she says your name, because that's epic when she says Shabooty.
Wait, do you have the voice notes? Because they deactivated the Instagram. Do you still have anything?
I think. Hold on, let me just see if I could still pull it up.
Because I think I know if someone blocks you, the messages go away. I don't know what happens if they deactivate. I think the messages go away too.
Oh, it might be there. Hold on, just give me a sec.
Just that one.
The one when they say my name?
Yeah.
Say
Oh, no.
my name, say my name.
I had 4 Keanu Reeves following me on Twitter.
I had Michael Jackson ask me for money.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try to play it. Okay, y'all ready?
All right.
I'm ready.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, here goes.
Okay, Shabooty.
Shabooty.
It's even better the second time around.
You know what? It truly is, George. It truly is.
Ooh, cat.
So this was interesting. I see you on a new light because now when I think of people that are able to be catfish, I think of 79-year-old men, right? Like that's the first thing I
Tell
think.
me more, George.
Okay, do you want to hear that again, or was that good?
One more time. One more time.
One
You
more
can
time,
play it
please.
again for prosperity.
One more time for the people in the back.
Yeah, y'all ready? Hold
Okay, Shabooty.
That's crazy.
It was Jasmine, wasn't it?
on. And then I have the other voice messages if you want to hear the other voice messages.
I do. Wait, what? There's more?
Yeah, there's 3 voice messages. Y'all ready?
Yeah, I'm
You
ready.
had 3 opportunities to know that this was a catfish.
Motherfucker. Jesus.
Talk about the promotion. It's just really needed. And I was just thinking, like, what did I do? I have not told anyone yet about that, so you're the first. So that's like a secret.
Started whispering like. Also, did y'all catch the accent was going in and out? Like
Yeah.
the accent was going in.
And then it's like,
She started out
what
with
is the secret name?
and then ended with no accident, and then started or no accident, and then started whispering like she was next to you, and somebody walked in the room.
Oh my God, that was crazy.
That was creepy, actually.
Yeah.
Are you ready for the last voice message?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I am.
Thank you. Well, I think I'm so curious to be just, a friend of you, and I have a lot of activities right now that I'm just trying to take my room, but I would like to send you tomorrow a picture, and it's just maybe if you have WhatsApp, we just gonna talk about everything. Send me know.
That was a different voice.
That was a different voice from the
That
first.
was 100% a different voice.
You know
That girl
what's
sounded
funny?
American.
You know what's funny? I kind of think it's a man. Because how soft the
Not a
voice.
man. It's definitely an Asian person.
You think it's an Asian person?
It's an Asian woman. The words she's saying, it's not even English. It just sounds like she's throwing a bunch of words together. Like
It just sounded like gibberish.
Well,
yeah, like,
but you guys have to give her credit. She's studying really hard to become a sexy lawyer.
like she's saying couch, television, motorcycle.
Well, when you're in trouble with the law, the most important thing with your lawyer is that she's sexy, right? When you're like, oh shit, I might go to prison. You're
That's
like,
what-
well, I better get a sexy lawyer.
That's what
right?
That's what Trump does. Yes.
Someone says it's Nikki Exotica. That's what someone in the chat says.
Oh my God. I would not be surprised.
It's definitely an Asian person.
No, Nikki has like a New York type of like rough accent.
But if you subtract the New York from it, it did sound like Nikki Exotica. I'm not gonna lie.
It could be because remember we also talked about it Wednesday where I said they mentioned Jasmine twice, which is weird.
Yeah, that is weird because the account doesn't even follow Jasmine. So that is very weird.
So yeah, Nikki's best friends with Jasmine and
wait. Lana said it sounded Russian. Heather says it sounds like AI. I thought Nikki's voice was more manly, to be honest. That's what Elena said. Nikki's voice sounds like that. It's like really soft. But there's a little more bravado to Nikki's. You're right, there is a little. But when she's talking softly, you can't hear it as much.
True. Well, yeah, that's the update. And then what's her name? Raven says, there goes your meteoric rise, Shabooty.
Wait, what?
That's it.
Wait, no, say that again.
No, that's in reference to like my summit post.
Yeah, that was the submit post reference.
Oh.
You don't remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
So now every week we have to have a 2-minute let's reminisce on Shabooty getting catfish segment.
Oh yeah. Remember the time where for a couple of days, even though we told him like 3 days ago that it was a catfish, he actually still believed it.
Yeah, he was texting in the group chat. He's like, "We'll see what happens on Friday when I
Dude,
get
this
her
is
on the
exactly
show."
what happens on every single episode of Catfish. They're like, no, they're in denial. They're in complete denial. I'm like, well, I don't know, but maybe it is her. I don't know.
Just don't call me like Tirade Shabooty or something.
Tirade booty.
I'm shocked. You know how you hear something shocking? I'm just shocked that you didn't
I
realize
mean,
that was a catfish.
stranger things have happened, George. So you can't really, put it past a person showing up. I mean, we've had people show up on the podcast that we weren't expecting, to be as forthcoming as they were. We've had people join our podcast and go off the rails, like our friend Lauren. So maybe
Yeah,
it's hopeful.
Yeah, I'm just trying to
I
make
mean,
that's interesting, man.
hopeful and logical for me are different things. Okay, they're different things. Well, Coco Puff says, how much money did you give the catfish? That's a good question. How much did you send her?
Well, we asked him. We already asked Shabooty if she was also asking him for some funds to get back to
All
America.
right, so Shabooty, I'm gonna give you catfishing 101. This is how it's a surefire recipe to identifying a catfish. If the account messages you first, it's a catfish. There's no other rules. That's the only rule. That's the only one. If the account messages you first, it's a cat, and it's not verified, and it doesn't have a lot of followers, and there's no other inclination that that's that person. It's a catfish.
Yeah, they messaged me first.
I know. You don't have to tell me. I know.
Anyways, let's go to the next topic.
We'll wait until next week, and then we'll roast you a little bit more.
True.
Oh, but I did want to say I'm very appreciative of the 20,000 downloads and listeners on, I think you said Apple.
Yeah, Apple and then RSS.com. We're also over 20,000. So
That's
that
amazing.
includes Apple, but yeah.
That's amazing. And then we just hit a year on our recorded shows. That's crazy to think about. We've been doing this for a year. That's wild.
Yeah.
So I don't think she would mind me saying some things, but like I was texting with Jen, the one with Rishi.
Well, not with Rishi, but yeah.
I'm just trying to, so you know who I'm talking about. But let me just see what she said. Like, hold on. I'll just go to the end. She said like, anyways, I'm excited. Good things are coming to you, my friend. You've been slowly building an empire. Seriously, it's really great to see how much you've done. I'm excited. You're still talking to me. Heart hands emoji.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. So
That was very nice of her.
You should have asked her if she was still with Debbie's son.
he's married now, right?
Yeah, Julian is married to his baby mama.
That's my baby mama.
That's my baby daddy. Yeah,
That is my baby. Oh, you know that song,
that
George.
song?
You know
Yeah, you know that song. You know.
Let's shot. Yeah.
Who that is? That's just my baby daddy.
George, did you like the sound effect though earlier in the segment?
Oh,
yeah,
the womp, womp,
Can you one last time while we're in the segment?
How did you do that, by the way? How did you do that? Because on Twitter,
recorded.
I'm playing it like off via my laptop, my Bluetooth speaker, and I'm pointing my mic towards the Bluetooth speaker.
Oh, look at you being all like, what's the word? Proactive and prepared.
Yeah.
Those
20,000
listeners really do motivate.
Yeah, look at that. I'm very impressed. I'm not impressed with you getting catfish, but I'm very impressed with.
Well, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with him getting catfish because that's impressive.
It is?
For Shabooty, it's impressive.
Yeah,
no, you're right. For somebody to be able to successfully catfish you, they should get a trophy.
That's what I'm saying. I'm impressed.
If somebody was able to catfish me, they should get a helicopter because I am the most uncatfishable person.
Can I confess? Can I confess something? When I was like 15 years old, I made a fake Paris Hilton account, and I actually got in contact with the real Lindsay Lohan.
Wait, what?
I made a fake MySpace when I was like, I don't know, I was like 15 or whatever, and I actually got the real Lindsay Lohan. And she
talk to
figured, and
you?
then she figured out it wasn't me, and she like threatened to like sue me and like cursed me out.
No, you know, I've interviewed Lindsay Lohan's father before.
Oh, God bless you. He's yeah,
Yeah, that guy.
Just full of
He's
blood.
yeah.
Like Lohan. Yeah.
he's almost as bad as Britney Spears' dad.
Like he's probably worse.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So like Aaron Carter dad bad.
I
Okay.
mean,
Isn't his name
I
Michael?
mean, he has domestic violence charges against him from like 2 different women. So yeah.
Oh, so Matt the mechanic bad.
Mhm.
Allegedly.
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 Although now that I see him, I'm like, what is he punch? Like a pile of dough? 'Cause
Oh,
he's like kind of chubby.
who?
Mad.
He is chubby. I feel like he is.
Like I thought he'd be a little more svelte, not like, Pillsbury Doughboy,
He
but
is
that's
very Pillsbury Doughboy.
Wait,
And
who are
guys,
you talking about?
I want to make this clear.
Jasmine Matt.
Oh, Jasmine's Matt.
Yeah, and I want to make this clear that I don't body shame anybody, but I was very surprised at how doughy he was in the paternity. Is it paternity photos or?
Yeah, the
He was very doughy.
And like, do they have to not have shirts on every photo?
well, I
for
guess he was
some-
trying to be like the equal partner.
well, for somebody who don't got a six pack, he could put his shirt back on, right? Like if you don't,
I mean, I have no room to talk, guys. I have no room to talk, but I mean, I just thought from the way like people were describing him, because there were people but like, oh my God, he's so sexy, he's so blah blah blah, like, oh, he's so fit, and like, I looked at him and I was like, I'm sorry, it's just he's not that good. Like, he's not. I don't even say he's good looking.
Okay, wasn't he her personal trainer though?
no. Okay,
No.
here's the thing. The reason why people expected him to be in good shape is because she said she met him at the gym, and we know that Jasmine goes to the gym 7 days a week. So we assume somebody who goes to the gym 7 days a week would be in better shape than Matt. I think that's where our assumptions came into play.
Yeah,
Like,
I thought he was like a bodybuilder or some shit. And then I saw pictures of him and I was like, oh.
I mean, if he, okay, someone that you all tell me, what's the deal with like Planet Fitness? Is it still respectable?
I don't think it ever was respectable to begin with.
what do
but
you
that's
what do you
just-
mean by that?
Yeah, like they throw pizza parties, okay, Shabooty?
What?
Yeah, that's my
They
point.
every Friday they have like some pizza party and they have like tanning beds.
Yeah, like it's not a serious gym. Like,
No, it's not an Equinox.
No,
Right.
it's not a. It's
It's definitely not an Equinox.
I mean, because like
So-
that's the gym when I used to before, like I lived in places that had gyms. Like I used to go to Equinox.
Equinox
And-
used to be like the high end gym,
Yeah, it used to be.
really, really high end.
It was
was
super
for
high end.
people that lived and breathed lifting. So,
Yeah.
so Planet Fitness. Let me break it down for y'all. When I lived in Ohio, I had a Planet Fitness membership because I've never been serious about like weightlifting or nothing. My only goal was to look like a crackhead. I didn't want to be like I didn't need a six pack. I just didn't want to be fat. So I was never serious enough to go to the serious gym. Like when you go to the serious gym, it's a little more intimidating because
Well,
those are the people.
Sure.
You're
Yeah,
paying
those are the
serious
people
money.
You're
that
paying 208. Well, when I went, it was $250 a month. So
yeah. So
You-
my
you
Planet
should
Fitness, I had like the highest one where you could use like the water spraying in the beds and shit, and I only paid like $30 a month, maybe less. And that was like for the highest membership they had. Like I was top tier. I was like VIP.
At $30 a month?
Yes, that's what I'm telling you. It's not a serious gym.
yeah,
There's one gym here that charges $400 a month.
is it lifetime?
For that,
No, it's called like a Teria or something like that. They do your
Okay,
laundry
because
for
there's one
you.
here in Vegas called Lifetime, and they charge that.
Yeah.
for that price, just save your money and get liposuction.
No
It
kidding.
doesn't work like that,
Right?
George. You have to fucking still like work out and like not eat like shit. It's not a magic thing.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Yes, it
What,
is.
what do you mean? What do I mean? Do you
No.
see those people get gastric bypass surgeries, okay? And then like they still eat like shit and they like wonder why the weight comes back. That's
Then you
why.
go get another gastric sleeve.
No.
As long as you have money,
Oh
you will
my
be
God.
sexy. As long as you have money, you will be
Listen,
sexy.
I am all for plastic surgery. I'm very pro plastic surgery. I'm very pro sculpting and liposuction. But in order to do that shit, like when I got cool sculpting, you have to like actually work out to keep it up. If not, it defeats the whole purpose.
Like if you go to the plastic surgeon to get lipo and you want ideal results, a good plastic surgeon will tell you to drop a certain amount of pounds before they,
Before you do it.
yeah, they don't just start sucking because that's only a certain amount of of they can take out.
Well, look, I'm telling y'all, my friend that I went to high school with, he's the plastics doc in California, like the famous doc. And if you
Okay.
got the money, he will suck that fat right out of you.
Oh, of
Okay?
course.
He
But
will
I
suck
mean,
that
but
fat
if you want
right out
to
of you.
maintain it, you're gonna have to do some fucking work.
Or you give him more money and he'll suck the fat out of you again. That's what I'm saying. He'll suck the fat out of you again. You know, there is other ways to be in shape other than going to the gym. I'm telling y'all that right now.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah, it's called cocaine.
we're gonna have Dr. Now on the show to
Oh my God, I so need him on the show. I fucking love him.
I was talking to my friend and I was like, we should fly to Houston and go to his office just so we can meet him. Like, because I'm obsessed with him and I'm worried that he's
me
getting
too.
older.
I know.
I need to meet him in this lifetime. So I might just go to Houston and just go to the doctor's office and just wait for him to come out and just meet him.
You
Yeah,
have
you
like
know
a
what? You know what we'll do, George? We'll put on fat suits and we'll go in there disguised as fat people.
Oh my God, we should do it. And then you could film it. And then when he asks me why I'm so fat, I'll be like, Doctor, now all I eat is celery all day and I work
I'll
out.
be your enabler. I'll be your enabler. You say, well,
I
she's
only drink
food.
1 liter of soda a day.
didn't you
I'll
have
be
like a
like,
meet?
I drink water and I eat celery and I exercise 46 hours a week. And he'll be like, you big fat lying motherfucker.
No, he'll be like, who's bringing you the food? And then we'll look at Coco and we'll be like, well, she's the one that gets out the house the most. So she's bringing us
Yeah.
the food.
Like Coco brings me celery sticks every day.
And then we'll show Shabooty making us like a huge bacon breakfast.
Wait, didn't he have like a fan meet and greet like a few weeks ago?
What?
Wait,
Where?
what?
Yeah, he had a thing. I saw that.
Where?
Line up that front.
He was sporting his new goatee.
I
Yeah,
would have went to that. Why didn't anybody tell me?
I don't know. You would
Was
have.
it in Houston?
Yeah, it was.
Most likely.
I can fly to Houston for real cheap from where I'm at. So like somebody should have told me.
Damn, yeah, you missed out. It was like a whole long line. There's a meet and greet, and you get buy his book, and he'll sign it for you, and all that.
Oh,
Oh,
his
wow.
the book that says the scale doesn't lie, people lie. I would have
Yeah.
bought that and had him sign it. Like I'm obsessed. That guy is like my spirit animal. Like as an old man, I want to turn into Doctor Now. He is like the meanest, legit doctor
Yeah.
in the world, right?
I mean,
Like he is hilarious.
he's getting older, so he's kind of like toned it down so much. But in his heyday, he was a force to be reckoned with.
I
He
think he
talks to
still is.
he talks to people crazy, and that's like what I love about him. He doesn't care like who you are. He will call you out and talk to you crazy, and that's what I like about him. Because I'm the same way. I talk to people crazy all the time. It's a miracle that I haven't been like beat up because I talk to people crazy all the time. So it's he reminds me a lot of me.
We're all a little bit irreverent.
Well, yeah, I say things that I shouldn't say to people. Usually after the fact, I realize, and it's funny because I'm in Florida, so I'm like, "Ooh, I probably kind of got shot after saying that to somebody here, but I shouldn't have done that."
Well, you are technically a Florida man yourself now, so
I am,
people
I
should
am.
be
So
scared of you.
nothing scares me anymore. Like the
Oh.
alligators and stuff, nothing scares me anymore.
Hmm.
Ooh.
What?
No, I just saw a comment on the chat of Raven, who I guess I don't know what we were talking about, but said James Woods the perv reached out to me via social media. It was really him, and he knew I was underage at the time. Okay, when I was 13 years old, James Wood tried to like get me to come with him into his car.
Oh, I thought you said like
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Well, actually, no, it's not allegedly because it did fucking happen.
I'm sorry, who is James Woods?
He's a fucking asshole actor who dated like a 14-year-old when he was like 60.
And then now he's all political and shit.
Yeah, he's always been like that. But yeah,
Wait, if this happened when
and this happened in Jerry's Deli in Los Angeles, by the way, when I
wait,
was like
Let's
14,
say allegedly, even though I believe you.
well,
allegedly.
yeah, because I don't want him to like start shit. I
Allegedly.
assume he has good lawyers because you said that he's famous.
Well, he's down with the the new regime, so
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't want to
huge
cause no.
Trumper.
Yeah, I don't want to
anything
get.
is possible that come drag us all out by the hair.
No, that's what I'm gonna say, Captain. I was born and raised in the U.S., but they would deport me probably.
Yeah,
I don't want to start no problems with them. They
Fucking
deport.
word, George.
I don't know. I heard on the news the other day they deported a man that was from here.
Yeah,
Like,
South Salvador. Yeah,
I'm scared to mess
I
with them.
know.
They're deporting
Go
people
back
that
to England.
Why do you
they
think?
will deport me
Fuck
back to a country that I've never even been to. I'm not messing with them people.
That's
No.
that's why we got to be friends with Angela, right?
Yeah, I'm scared of them. When I heard that they were deporting Americans, I was like, how do you deport an American to El Salvador when he's never been there? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, well, the Supreme Court voted 9-0 to return the guy. So yeah.
Yeah.
What was there even to vote for? You can't deport somebody to a country they're not from.
Exactly. It's fucking like, I mean, my luck that would report me back to Cuba because I'm Cuban.
They don't remember what they did with him. That's the problem. They can't remember where they put him.
They're gonna deport Coco Vegas back to Coco Burbank. Oh,
Yeah, they're
Oh,
gonna
fucking
send
wish.
you back. He's gonna send you back.
They're sending Coco to London.
Oh,
Ooh,
good.
wait, isn't that where Mina's from, or is that no? Wait, was that Paris or London?
Mina's from Paris.
She's from Paris. Oh, okay.
And Coco is from London.
I'm not from London. I just went to school there.
Once you start talking, they're not going to care where you're from.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, once you open your mouth, they're just gonna.
I'm gonna start
back.
going and doing a American accent.
Send her back across the pond.
true. Should we go to our next topic?
All right, let's go.
Next topic.
Okay, this is not necessarily in order of importance, but it's just the next one on my list, which was so on the tell-all part 3, is that when they're going to bring out Josh's girl, which will probably be Jen, which is Libby's sister, and then they're also supposedly going to bring out Matt, which is Jasmine's baby daddy. So is that what we're
No, I don't know. I think I told y'all this. I don't know if Matt is gonna be out on camera. I know that he was there because I was told that she went out because they brought out a cake. It was Gino's birthday when they were filming, okay? And they brought out a cake, the producers, and they sang happy birthday to him. And Jasmine cut a piece of the cake and took it to Matt. And then Matt was eating it in front of Gino.
That's
and then an argument ensued between Matt, Rob, and Josh. But I don't know if this was like during the actual filming because I've never seen them sing happy birthday to anybody at a tell-all. So that's
like
that's why I'm not sure.
My worry is if what you just described, which sounds like an amazing television scene, was filmed. Well, my worry is like since it wasn't teased or previewed, then maybe it wasn't filmed because they didn't show any teasers. Because if they would have teased it, everyone would have been excited.
Well, yeah, I think that it should have been filmed and it should have been aired. But I know that he was physically there. Matt was there with her backstage. Now, I know that there was arguments between him and other cast members, but again, the big one where it almost got physical was over the cake. And I know that I've never seen them bring out a cake before, so I was like, this might not be something they were filming at the time. Because that would also give a timeline. They like to keep timelines a little secretive when they're filming these things. So if they told us that it was on Gino's birthday, we would have an exact timeline. They don't like to give us exact timelines. They like to give us like a range. So I was like, I don't know if they're going to show that.
Do you think she was really talking to Matt over the phone when she excused herself, or was Matt in the dressing room there? Remember when she excused herself to tell Matt that they called her a pregnant whore?
Yeah, he was there.
He was there in the room. I don't think he was on the phone. I think he was there in the actual room.
Yeah, or he was in a different room.
That might have been what the fight was really about.
Maybe. I mean,
not the birthday cake. It might have been like he probably came out of that room, guns blazing, because they called his girl a pregnant whore, and she said all the guys were ganging up on her. So I know he was definitely in that room. She wasn't on no phone call.
No, he was there.
He
I
was there. I
know.
don't think he was in her dressing room because we just saw him.
No,
Yeah.
she excused herself to a room to talk on the phone.
But they showed her going into the room, sitting in a chair. So he would, unless he was in a freaking corner in the dark.
Fine, you know TLC knows how to play us. They do.
Well, he was just in a different room, and she called them, and they were staging because even if he is gonna come out, just like Josh is gonna bring out his new girl, it's gonna be like a big teaser for the show. So they wouldn't have shown a preview of him coming out. That would have ruined it. So I think that if he is gonna be physically there, they're not gonna tell us ahead of time. It's gonna be one of those, oh my God, he's gonna walk out. And it's gonna be a surprise.
Matt with the dad bod before he was a dad.
Yeah. So okay, but then we're expecting. Well, we know like Matt. So Matt and Jasmine, I know that they filmed like a whole season, and then it's just a question of when is that season gonna land, or are they gonna wait a while?
I think they're gonna wait a while, and then that's gonna be probably the next season of Diaries.
No, it's not gonna be. I don't think it's Diaries. It'll be on like a major series. Like Diaries is just bullshit. Like they're too big to be in Diaries.
Yeah, they didn't film Diaries.
Yeah.
Which was weird.
What other category could they be under? Because they're not 90-day fiancés. They're not happily ever after. They're not before the 90 days. She's still married. She's still technically married to Gino, so she can't. None of the 90-day franchise. They fall under that.
Well, here's the thing, though. Ed and Liz did
That's what I was
happily ever after, and they weren't married or engaged.
That's what I was.
So it didn't fit into any category.
Yeah,
but
but neither one of them were married to other people. They were both.
Well, Ed was trying to marry Rose.
Okay, but Gino and Jasmine are married.
Yes.
So she can't say happily ever after with somebody else. In fact, she's already posting that she's done with Matt, that they're just co-parenting.
Yeah, that's BS. But I know they filmed something. I can't tell you what because nobody will give me a straight answer. But I know that they filmed something together.
But to me, it almost doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter like whether it's like happily ever after or if it's just regular 90-day fiance or if it's whatever. To me, like doesn't matter. They're just going to be on the next like major series. It almost doesn't matter. Like which.
I really think TLC screwed the pooch by giving Jasmine more of a platform with this new person. It's like really disheartening the viewers of, okay, come on, this is ridiculous. Like she completely cheated on her husband, had a whole baby. Now Gino's out of the picture and you showing us Jasmine happily ever after with somebody else. Like that's kind of bullshit, you know? A lot of people are already saying they're not going to watch it or they don't want to see her ever again. And they're going to come give us a story of her with someone else. I mean, come on, give Gino, as bad as some people made him out to be, he doesn't deserve that kind of shit on TV.
No, nobody does.
We're gonna see more of Gino as well. So.
Well, he'll probably be on the single life, but
I would love to watch him go on dates with different people.
True.
On the single life, I think that's the only other place for him to go. But then again, they're still married, so like when are they going to get divorced so that they can both move on? Because now you're showing us two married.
Well, look at Rob and Sophie. They're still married, but Rob filmed the single house and he was banging people there. And Sophie's been banging everybody since she got here, and they were quote unquote married.
Well, with Rob and Sophie, it's a little different because remember, Rob and Sophie lived together maybe a week out of their whole marriage. So they were estranged from the minute they said, I do. So we've always known that they were separated. They were not together.
Mm-hmm.
So that's more believable than Gino and Jasmine is sucking his toes and eating cheese and doing all this shit. And then all of a sudden she's like, it's over. You know? Robin and Sophie are a little bit more viable because we all saw their relationship deteriorate. Everybody went their separate ways by the mid of their second season.
Well, Lori says Natalie was still married to Mike when she was fucking Josh.
Mhm.
So
That is
it's
true.
kind of the same situation, right?
That is true. But again, remember, Natalie dipped on Michael and they separated. She went to a completely different state.
Yeah, but she was still married when
They-
she was banging Josh.
But this is what I'm saying. Those stories are more viable than Jasmine and Gino filming all their series together, struggling and fighting for their marriage and doing all kind of kinky shit. And then from one episode to the next, she's pregnant with somebody else's baby. Like they didn't have any like that's what everybody's so shocked about. Like they try to sell that open marriage bullshit because that's trying to like put a band-aid on the situation itself because she had already decided she was out of that marriage or whatever, but they should have separated at least. They should have made that public, like, oh, Jasmine left Gino and went someplace else. But Jasmine
Well,
was in the house all the time.
he did get kicked out of his house in December of 2023.
Yeah, but that's not
But
public on the
it's
show.
not publicly. Yeah, not publicly. We didn't
Yeah.
know it publicly, but he kicked her out of the house in December of 2023, and they haven't lived together since.
Okay, but those are things that the viewers don't know. We know that because we have the inside, track and we keep up with the whole tea and stuff. But people who just turn on the show every Sunday, they don't know that. That's why there's so many Jasmine fans because they don't know the ins and outs.
Well, you just said there's so many Jasmine fans. I think Jasmine is going to stick around because TLC has created a money bag monster. And, just like with Angela was showing up to tell-alls for seasons she wasn't even on because TLC had created a money bag monster that they were using. And I think the new money bag monster is Jasmine. And she's gonna show up to tell-alls for seasons that she wasn't on. She's gonna be everywhere until they make as much money off of the monster they created, and then they'll move on to the next monster, which I've been told the new monster in training is Sophie. They're getting her ready to become the next cash cow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I heard that it's Sophie.
I don't see her. I see her as just a dumb, like a dumb dumb. But I don't see her like as a villain, psychotic. Like she doesn't have that energy. She doesn't give off that energy to be like Jasmine is diabolical, and Angelo was a lunatic. Even Natalie was unhinged, but Sophie is more soft spoken, kind of down low bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I'm trying to get a special guest in here. They may be as a Zoom user, so I may have to play Russian roulette again, which is allow the Zoom users to talk, and hopefully it's the right person and not the wrong one.
Well, if they're
Is
in the chat,
is it Mahogany?
I wish.
If they're in the chat, you can just tell them to type a certain word in the chat, and then you'll know who it is.
Oh, fuck it. We're gonna play Russian roulette. Let's see.
Well, who is it? Are you?
Well, no, it's gonna be let's see. Hold on.
Oh, so we don't get to know who it is.
Well, I think it'd be more exciting if it's just like they pop on or something.
Wait, hello?
Oh my God, is this Mahogany?
No, it's wait, first of all, you said you wish. So
No. This is Liz, obviously, who I would.
yeah, but I heard your words.
Hey, Liz.
Hey.
What's up?
Hello. I think I'm like, do I have to download Zoom? I'm gonna look for Zoom right now.
But we could hear you fine though.
Oh, okay, cool.
True. Yeah. Hey, Liz, we missed you so much.
Oh, by the way, the reason why you're on Zoom and not on Twitter is because of Shabooty.
Well, and now we're more popular than ever.
He did this. So
You know what? A huge congratulations to this. We text, obviously. But this is the first time so it's not like video chat, right? It's just
Yes.
No, it's just audio.
Oh, it's just audio. Here I am freaking out about like if I look cute in my beanie or not.
We can't see. No, we can't see you.
Unless you want to turn on your mic, we could try, but no.
I just jumped into some tea that I'm not going to make comments on.
Oh, yeah. What were we talking about before Liz joined?
You guys are talking about Jasmine and.
Oh yeah, we're talking about your bestie Jasmine. Yeah. So first off, congrats to your bestie on her baby. She gave birth sometime in the last 3 months. Congratulations to Jasmine.
Hello. Okay, everybody. I'm seeing all the comments come up that say hi, Liz. Hello. I'm on here for about 10 minutes. It's been a while since I've been on the podcast.
Yes.
Then, yeah,
Wait, is that my Coco?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's your
Coco,
Coco.
yeah.
Coco, you were not on it the last time I was on it.
I was not. What? No. When was
Lori,
that?
I'm doing very great. I'm wearing a cute beanie. I love that you can't see it. Thanks for the compliments. Oh, wait, you just said just kidding. But Coco,
Yes.
I've missed you.
I missed you.
Not that I didn't enjoy The Gentleman before, but it was very boring without you.
Got it.
Oh, very boring.
Oh, wow.
I,
Fired.
I love the boys, but
Mhm.
I do miss my Coco.
You're in love with the Coco. What can I say?
I'm in love with the Coco. The Coco got the tea. Sorry,
Sorry,
guys. I love you guys.
Sorry, we don't have a British accent.
Well, you got to work on it.
If I knew that was your thing, I would work on it. No, I'm kidding.
So, does Liz know about your catfish situation?
Wait.
Oh,
my
Shabooty
God.
has a catfish?
It's kind of a bit for the show.
No.
I think.
It's not.
George,
So,
take it away.
So, okay. So,
Wait,
Shabooty,
okay. Elena said play the recording for her.
wait.
Listen, I love how everyone is chiming in on the Liz catch me up. Like, oh my gosh, LOL. I love this. I love everybody who's here for the Liz tea.
No,
wait.
that was a joke when you joined, and I said, "Oh, is this Mahogany?"
Yeah, no, that's what I called you out on. You said I wish.
No, because that was a joke.
Look at Shabooty trying to be slick.
No, there's more
Oh,
to it.
I got catfished by a fake Mahogany. That's why.
No, wait. So, should we just play the
Shabooty,
audio?
you're smart. You're smarter than that.
Should we play the audio and then explain what happened? Would that be funnier?
What, the
Yeah.
audio, like the audio messages or what?
Yeah,
Yes,
let's play
just
the
let's play
audio.
the audio messages.
And then we'll explain to her what happened because I feel like it'll be more fun that way. You know how when you start a movie and they show you the person getting killed in the first 5 minutes and then they go back 3 months?
Listen, that's what I'm dealing with on this season of 90 Day. It was like a wedding dress, and is the wedding called off or not?
Yeah, exactly. So that's let's do it that way. Let's do the outcome and then we'll explain to you how we got there.
Wait, hold on. I'm seeing this. Wait, does Liz know about Shabooty and his meteoric rise at George Mossey? Okay, hold on.
Oh, I don't know. Do you know about that post?
I have no idea about this. Honestly, I've been MIA on social media this whole week.
Oh.
Okay, Raven, thank you for giving the tea.
Okay.
All right, so Shabooty,
I have the voice.
play the audio, and then we're gonna give her context.
Okay.
All ready?
I'm
I didn't
ready.
even realize that I can even chat. I think I like this so much better than Twitter Live.
Thank you, Liz.
Liz, so
That's
George can hear it loud and clear.
Okay, 1 for Shabooty, 0 for George. Cool. That's cool. Thank you.
Okay, so this is a voice message.
Converted, Amberly. Thank you. I've been converted.
Okay, ready for Mahogany talking to me?
Yeah.
Is this okay?
This is in the DMs. All right, ready?
Okay, Shabooty. Hi.
Okay, so that was her saying my name.
And he was not convinced that was not her after that. So there's more.
Okay, here's the next voice message.
How can we talk about the promotion? It's just really needed, and I was just thinking, like, what did I do? I have not told anyone yet about that, so you're the first. So.
There's one more.
Oh, there's one more.
Hold the laughter, guys. There's one more.
Everyone's already laughing because everybody's heard it but me.
I'm a little out of face right now. The entrance to take my room, but
It does sound like a phone sex operator.
just maybe if you have WhatsApp, we're just gonna talk about everything. Send it out.
Okay, that's it.
Okay.
So did you feel like you got the tea? Because Shabooty, every time you post something, I know it's like legit. So Shabooty got one on him.
This is hilarious because he came to the group chat and was like, "Hey, Mahogany is back on Instagram and she's messaging me." And you know, my spidey sense went off immediately.
Okay, let me. I don't mind my balls broken, but not in front of Liz. But let me just say one thing.
Do
There's
you want
one
them
thing.
smashed with a hammer?
Let me just say
Here's
one
where
thing.
I love Coco. I was literally looking at chicken cutlet recipes today, and it says
Oh.
take your chicken,
Just real
boneless
quick.
breast, and
No, but
smash
okay,
it.
let me just make one point real quick. It's one thing to get catfish when you're like, let's say if you're trying to holler at someone, you're interested in someone, that's like a real catfish. It's another thing if you get catfish, but when my ultimate goal is to get them on the podcast for content. So I feel like I'm catfish proof if my ultimate goal is to get them on the podcast versus like anything else. Thank you. That's my only point.
I mean, yeah, sure.
So, Liz, a little background. The account had 11 followers. It was 11 followers.
Shabooty.
It followed 92 people. The only person from 90 Day Fiancé it followed was Shabooty.
And then they kept asking me about Jasmine.
And they were like, why do you hate Jasmine so much?
Oh my gosh. I think that was the best laugh that I needed after this week.
Probably Nikki Exotica. No,
And Shabooty sent the voice note to the group chat. Right. Did you send it to the group chat? Or did
Yeah,
you...
and then we told him, I was like, dude, that's not, what are you
Yeah.
talking about?
I was like, dude, that is not her. And I was like, not only is it not her, it might even be a dude. But I was like, whatever is happening, that's not her. And he's like, no, we'll see. We'll see. And I was like, oh no, he was like, we'll investigate. And I was like, my investigation has been closed. I have already come to the realization. I have closed the investigation. The jury is back. We have a verdict. It is not her. Okay? It is not. He was like, well, I'm going to get her on the show. And I was like, did who on the show? This fake. I was like, who are we going to
It was an amazing cliffhanger.
I do have to catch up on these last few podcasts because they seem juicy as AF.
Oh, they were.
Yeah.
They were.
Yeah, we did a whole emergency Jasmine pregnancy
I
podcast.
see that, and the fact that I'm not even working tonight on a Friday.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't we? This is our fourth podcast this week, right? Because
Yeah,
we
we
did
did
one
Yeah.
Monday night,
Sunday.
Wednesday night, and Friday.
Yeah, this is our fourth one. So yeah, it's been a crazy week. There's been a lot going
All
on.
the like extra tea and yeah.
And the tell-all and shit, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
we've
wait,
been
today's
very
Friday. We got tell-alls on Sunday or Monday?
Monday is the
Hey.
last tell-all of them all. It's the part 3.
Yeah.
Liz, random question. I sorry to derail the conversation. Do you watch like Black Mirror?
No, I think I've seen like 2 episodes of it.
Okay. Yeah, I've been watching it. So then I started using memes from it. So I was curious if you watch it.
I have not seen that either.
I'm
Mhm.
gonna watch it. I haven't seen the new season yet. I've seen all the other seasons.
Mhm. But yeah, no, obviously I must have been missing Liz because I was like, damn, she's still on Team Shabooty or what? We haven't heard from her in a while.
Yeah, no, I've been very MIA. I got like sick the last couple days and like kind of traveled for a minute and yeah. And honestly, like I am finally moving into my first and only apartment by myself for me and my kiddo. So I've been very busy the last week, but I'm super excited.
Wait, are you still in the same state, or did you move to a different state?
No, I'm in Washington still. I have a really good job right now. I'm
Oh,
getting
okay.
into like my insurance is about to cross over from working so much and for my health right now, which is actually on a very good course at the moment.
That's amazing.
I've not cured anything, but it's like I'm the healthiest I've ever been. I'm gonna be on my own for the first time. My kid's gonna have her own room. Like not like I'm doing it all by myself now, and I'm super excited to like share that.
That's
I'm
awesome
so
to
happy
hear.
now.
Liz, if it's okay, can we all clap for Liz, like with our physical hands? Let's do
Yes.
Oh, we're clapping.
Yeah, no, I this is like the best I've ever been, but it's been a rough week, but I'm very happy right now.
Well, that's
That's
good.
awesome.
That's good because, not to be messy, but we saw you posted your man's bike,
So I am enjoying my life right now as I should and deserve.
and we
But
did notice that there was helmets, so that's good.
duh. How do you know it's not a woman underneath there?
Oh,
That's true. You're not wrong. That's actually true.
I did say the next time it's going to be the ladies' turn.
no, I think you're just really dodging questions.
No, no, seriously though, I'm very happy right now. I am living my life. I am dating.
Ooh.
But also I am like I'm doing me. I'm in my own place. Focusing on just me and like whatever comes along. Like I'm not saying it's like my roles or not, but like I am putting myself as a priority. I am tired of men who are unemotionally available, and I'm very happy. But yes, I am dating, and I do have a really good person in my life who has been there through ups and downs as I'm laying by the toilet throwing up, who literally comes and grabs a pillow and lays next to me when I've had no man do that before with my sickness. So, but
Oh,
that
what?
100%, I am doing me, and I come
One
first.
quick invasive question. Have you known him for a long time?
No, and he no had no idea who I was.
Oh, okay, because you said that they have been there through everything. Because I was like, is this like a person that has known you for years, or okay, I
No,
got
it is literally someone who's like accepted everything of being like alone or going through a separation or being sick and has like accepted it and has been very patient and has never made me make like an ultimatum of like don't move or don't do this. No, I've been granted the opportunity to like do me and be me. And
Oh,
even like right now, I am moving into my apartment by myself
Hmm.
for me, for my child. What I don't want to say what I say goes, but it is like I am for the first time in my life putting me first. And the fact that I broke up in my last relationship and we know that I don't break up with anybody, it is
yeah.
like such a powerful moment of putting my health first, my mental side first, and like just really like putting me first has allowed to put my daughter first in so many places.
True.
That's
Like,
awesome.
no, well, that's it sounds like he's a good guy. Don't I'm not gonna lie though, with the thing with the motorcycle thing, I was being like the kind of the old codger, and then
Dad. No, okay, literally, I literally am so scared to be on motorcycles. Um, but it was very freeing, but it was a lot of fun. And I literally only let him take me down the street.
no, because no, I was telling George on the podcast, I was like, Liz needs to like she
Also, for all the comments of what everybody's saying right now, thank you. And yes, Raven, your comment is so fucking hilarious. I love that. I'm just waiting for him to buy my ticket out there because homegirl's dating. She's not settled.
okay. Well, I was just saying to George though, when we saw the motorcycle thing, I was like, she's sounds like she's done with the military dudes, and but she needs to stop with the fuck a motorcycle guy. She needs like a square. She needs a nice square guy.
He did say that. He
That's
did.
funny. I did have someone reach out to me recently. They're like, I have this paid off 20 something Volkswagen that you're going to be safe in. I died of laughing.
Mhm. But
Oh,
I don't know if I'm a square or not because I'm too like popping online, you know.
See, Shabooty, come on, get her ticket.
I,
Okay, so I
I,
have a
li-
couple more minutes. What's the next tea that I cannot comment on?
I don't know. So you with I know you can't really go into specifics, but then so the next tell all is supposed to be good.
I have heard that the next tell is good.
You
Do
mean
we
the
have it? Wait, do we have a GoFundMe? Is it a GoFundMe for tickets?
uh,
God knows she already had round so square. Sounds good.
that was hilarious.
I actually what is
oh, is
so
that
if
a
it's a
big edge
Zoom
joke?
user to everyone, does that mean it's anonymous?
Yeah, they're anonymous. I don't
I
know.
feel like that's like could be one of my exes, which is a very good dig. Ha 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 ha.
Could be my part.
Do we have fun?
But what was I gonna say? What were we talking about? I don't know. Yeah, when you so you said the part three tell all is good, or you mean is that what you're talking about?
No, I haven't seen it. I
Uh,
just know that it's good.
true. Um, let's see. The next topic that we were gonna get into was like a Natalie, like a long Natalie rant. But I don't know how much time you have. But there's
Yeah, I don't have much time. I'm like team neutral, everybody. Liz is big at dating. Okay. So if I can answer this question, I actually don't know if he is, but if he is, he's not one to be very private about it. But I will 100% say I got this cameo request this morning and it was a 24-hour one. And it was like, I just got broken up with and I don't know how to deal with it. Um, it felt like they were giving more excuses than validation points about it. And all I can do is tell her. So this is going on between and Zoom user to everyone. I'll come back at this point with the big ed dating. Like, here's the thing. The advice that I gave this person was because it's so fresh to her. I don't know where she's at in her life, but I've dealt with breakups after breakups. And that's why I'm so proud that I felt like this last relationship was like done deal. Like, I've got enough clues or whatever. I don't need it. And I don't know where she's at in it. But I will say one of the strongest points of like any clarification or advice I can give in a breakup is do not social media look at all. um, People use social media as a tense way to like do clout or like stir shit up, which I can do that easily if I wanted to tomorrow. So when it comes to that question, since the second that I left the tell all house back in February of 2024, Ed has been unblocked on every account. So I don't know what he's up to. I don't anything. Of course, obviously his last fake engagement went viral, but that's it. And I made a comment on it because a producer asked me, but that's it. I don't care. I don't look him up. He's blocked. So I don't know if he's dating, and if he is, good luck. Cool. All I can say is he commented on the threesome of 90 days saying you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. Well, not every toad turns into a prince. So with that being said, I don't know if he's dating. I don't know what he's doing. I don't care. But if I were to like see him or cross paths with him, I can be so like okay with it. Whatever he's doing, I hope he's good. So with him, he was on Pillow Talk with Kalani. He said he's on a dating app, but he won't date girls over 31 or something ridiculous, which I don't follow this. Again, I have everything blocked since leaving. If he's not going to date girls over 31, that's kind of sad because he said that he was going Christian, doing all this. And honestly, if that's the case, being on a dating app, my whole mindset is you thought that the last thing that he told me was the next time that you see me, I'm going to be 100 pounds smaller. Every time he does come across my feed, it's just such an unhealthy look. And I'm going through my own healthcare and I'm doing whatever I can to be healthy within myself. That it's actually very disappointing that he has family that he's so close to that is dealing with cancer. And if that's the last thing that you're going to tell me is like, I'm going to work on myself and my body image, and literally you look like you gained every pound that I lost, like there's an issue. So being on a dating app, I just feel like if you're not going to, I feel like he really needs to, the thing is like he can't date till he loves himself.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
And that's
sure.
it.
Well, like Liz, like he's very hateful in his like stance on certain topics. Like I know we talked about this in the past, so we don't need to get into the whole can of worms, but he's very publicly hateful, like towards trans people and this and other people. So he's kind of like a hateful dude.
Oh no, I saw a whole segment with him, like when he was at the reality TV things, and he was like,
Mm-hmm.
JoJo Siwa, I love her. I kid you not. You can go onto my Instagram right now. I took him off the highlights, but on the highlights is the JoJo Siwa concert that I took my daughter to that actually was like she was kind of semi getting sick, but like I paid a shit ton of money to fly 3 states over and she was fine. I'm not trying to like justify sick and taking her out, but like when we got there, he was like, "Oh, this girl is like doing LGBT, lesbian, everything." That it pissed me off so much that he fell asleep in the stands, by the way. He talked shit about her nonstop through her concert. But then because you're at the reality TV wars and have clout, you're gonna say that you love her. You literally nonstop talk shit this whole concert that I paid a shit ton of money for my daughter to enjoy. And that's the thing is like, don't I didn't appreciate when I saw that because I feel like if there's anyone low class that shouldn't have been at that, well, first of all, he should have been at that because he's so well known. But I know the details. You literally talked shit about JoJo the whole fucking time at the concert that I paid a shit ton of money for my daughter to have fun at. And then you're going to do a little video saying how much you love her. I bet you didn't even know who she was, but she knew who you were.
Mm-hmm.
And she thought you were an idol person. But little does she know, like, I remember that concert. Literally remember that concert of doing everything for my child to make her have the best time of her life in her tutu. So those are the things that I'm just like, okay, really?
Right.
He was just like on the red carpet. He was all schmoozing her because it's another celebrity now.
Yeah, 'cause he's kissing ass. That's what he does.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, but there's so many, don't justify, there's so many good things I can say about him too. It's just when it comes to like the TV light and limelight, that's where I'm just like so annoyed. I feel like I'm one of the very few people who uses my social media as like clout. First of all, I should take advantage of it, by the way, but I just see all that. But yeah, that's, yeah, when, yeah.
Liz, when you're on Diaries, I know you said your daughter's going to be on your episode. Is I know it'll be you and your daughter, but is there going to be other scenes with, let's say, you know who you were in the past with? Is he going to be on the Diaries?
So Diaries is going to air. Actually, there's a huge thing coming that I will not talk about, but it's going to show my journey to Washington.
Mhm.
But I think so here's the thing. Whatever is being said about Jasmine right now, okay, whatever. However, I will say she's glowing. She's like, I love that. Despite anything that comes to Jasmine, which I know tea and everything like that, Jasmine has always been, Jasmine was one of the first castmates to reach out to me when my sickness came out. When it comes to even things like that, people don't know timelines of when things are filmed and when things are aired. So what's going to be aired in May is not relevant in my life right now, but it has everything to do with where I'm at in my life right now. And am I happy to share it? Yes. But that doesn't mean I'm not being cautious or careful of what I'm showing moving forward with this. But yes, there's going to be scenes of showing my journey to Washington. I will 100% say and Shabooty knows this because we text in private. He's never shared anything that I've asked him not to. He always asks for permission. And like things went down when I got sick to like where I stood up for myself and what's healthy for me. So it's going to show my past. But I think what people need to understand when it comes to TV journey is it takes time. Things are sometimes when it original before the 90 days or 90 days happens, some people don't see that for 2 years when it's filmed. So in my journey, what is filmed that's going to be shown in Diaries, we're talking about 9 months, 10 months. And I'm in a whole different place where I'm at now. And I feel like when it comes to like Jasmine or when it comes to other people and back again to like when Sophie and I, how long is the gap between filming and Aaron? Okay. So you cannot build your house on the pain of others in reference to Jasmine. No, we all build our pain within our own journey. That doesn't mean that we don't sympathize with what we know people are going through and dealing with their own situations and having to deal with it as the shit airs out when things are aired on TV and we have to relive it. That is why I don't watch the show. Because when what they're going to see in May was my life almost a year ago. But that's where I'm not living my pain through others. That's why I will never tear down another castmate, no matter what goes on, because there are so many things that you don't see on or off of camera. Totally understand, but I'm talking about how she trolls. Again, okay, whether you're saying how she trolls or not, but look at all the other million people that are trolling her. So if you give someone to take a plate to take advantage, they're going to take advantage of it. I will, however, say I'm like the least person that actually takes advantage of things. But what was the other question?
Liz, can I ask a narcissistic question on my part?
Yeah.
Has any like a producer ever mentioned my name ever?
I have never been told not to talk to you. I am very careful with what I say
No,
and
but
how I
has
present
my name
myself
ever,
on podcasts.
has Shabooty ever been uttered out of a producer's mouth ever? That's my question.
Yeah, it's been trolled around, but you're not the only one.
Mhm. Okay.
Oh,
Is it a
there's
negative
other
context
people
or a
too.
middling context?
Listen, you guys are gonna do what you guys are gonna do. You guys got a job, just like people on TV have a job. But going back into things, when when things air, oh, that's what it was. People ask how long is it the gap between filming and airing? Every season is different. I think that I've been blessed that every season that I've been on has aired within the next 9 months versus other people can be up to 2 years. So they don't get this when you're trying to defend yourself to the public and social media. And this is one thing that I was trying to say about Sophie when I got asked about her before because of our blowout at the tell all, you know. What people don't understand is like what I said on an interview after is this girl has gone from season to season to season, but her first season, even with my season with Ed, obviously, it takes time to air. And by the time you can share your happy moments that you're under contract, by the time you can share it, so much time has passed that you want to share it, but you can't share it.
Mhm.
And when you try to share it, you're belittled and broken down because you're not trying to create this happy moment, but you're trying to share those moments that you did have. And I don't think that's very fair or something that like people love to say, oh, you signed up for this. You deserve what comes to you. It's not exactly fair because I don't think there's not one person out there that would take advantage of an opportunity without even knowing that's an opportunity. Once you're stuck into it, there are so many moments that I have not even shared the happiness that I've had in past relationships. And if I were to even try to share that or up the good moments of my relationship, I would be torn down.
Mhm.
So it can be anywhere from 9 months to 2 years that it takes for something to air once it's been filmed.
Yeah, that's frustrating that you got to you can't really like, you got to keep it all under wraps for a long ass time. And then by the time you could share it, it's probably not relevant to your life.
Exactly. So that's where I come in. So it's like it's not relevant to me anymore. That's why I stay out of everything. I do have to get off here in like the next 5 minutes. I've overpassed my time.
Mhm.
But this one question, Liz, was Angela truly that vicious? The way she got in your face pissed me off so bad. Okay. There's times like, here's the thing when you drink, you get in your emotions. Am I upset about that moment? Yes. Do I feel like I deserve that? No. But I also do put myself into that reality of where they're coming from and their trauma. So she deflected off of experience that she dealt with. Am I saying it's okay? No. Did I hold my ground? Yes. 100%. Was it vicious? Yes. Could I have done things? Yes. But I have also been on the show 4 seasons or 3 seasons prior, 3 seasons prior to that, that I knew how to handle it. If I was in the first season, 100%, my reaction would have been different. I'm not saying it's staged or anything like that. We learn how to deal with things. But, and I can get eaten alive with this. Angela is a huge sweetheart. And this is a thing where God bless me. God bless my comments tomorrow. Lauren's a whole different person. But Lauren, when she said, I'm not saying this or this or this, but Angela is one of the sweetest persons you know. But that was such a heated time that nobody feel like they can comment on it. Angela would give her shirt off the back to anyone. Ed would give his shirt off the back to anyone. These are
But
what I'm going to say right now.
Ed's not going to give his turtleneck to anyone.
Shut up. That was savage. Ed is a good person. That was very funny, Shabooty. Going into with Angela, they are good people. But with Ed, he's a good person. He's a good friend. He will do anything for anybody. Now, when we're talking about being a partner or a spouse, that's a different thing. So it's very easy to be broken down with that. There's an admiration that I found for him that I saw him as a friend and a genuine person. Now, maybe they're never meant to be in relationships, but Angela is the first person, she still reaches out to me to this day, but I always have to have the fear if someone going to tear me down. You know, I know how close she was to Billy, and Billy just passed and Billy had cancer. So if I have similar situations or scaredness, like I'm not gonna like I'm now in the back of my mind, how bad is the public eye gonna tear me down for wishing her a condolence, you know? She loved Michael. And I also know other things, and I've had private conversations. Actually, I don't even give a shit. Michael actually asked Jason while we were there at the tell-all, if he joined the military, would he get dependents and be dependent on himself? Why are you asking this when you've only been in the States for 2 weeks? So there's all these things, you know? So, but when it comes to Angela, yeah, don't take the spotlight outside of her, just like Ed. But they are the first two human beings in their life to make sure that you get a meal provided for, to make sure that you are taken care of, to make sure that you are warm.
Look, can I mention a moment of Shabooty compassion?
Yeah.
So there was a post that I did that
Oh, thank you, Elena. That was very sweet.
there was a post I did where I broke the tea where she may or may not be dropped by TLC. Let's say the sources were saying yeah.
That's the one that I don't know. I think that's the first tea that I don't believe if is real or not.
Well, I still think it's real, but it was going viral. It had like 1,000 likes on Instagram, and then, but again, she's friends with George, and like my Achilles heel is like when people are friends with George, it's like I gotta have a little bit of a soft spot for him because I know George is friends with Angela, and Angela, I know they're gonna plan to hang out in Florida sooner rather than later, and I know Angela was upset by that post, but not because it was inaccurate, but just because the Shabooty tea is so high, it burns people even though it's accurate.
Yeah, and you know, people can, and I don't want to say that there's enough. Go ahead.
I took the post down, but so that shows my heart. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Shabooty.
Anyway, go. What else were you saying?
Sorry, I was chugging my beer
Okay.
outside my beautiful bonfire. I will definitely say it takes a lot to feel. I feel like I'm a very genuine person, and I love that I'm hearing like, don't let the public dictate your decision. I'm reading the comments right now. I'm not like trying to be like, I'm not trying to look like America's perfect angel or stuff. I just really try to put myself in like the thing between like, I don't know. I know Angela and I do love her dearly. I'm not condoning everything that she's done, or even when it comes to Ed. Listen, where I'm at right now in my life, specifically sitting where I'm at right now, I wouldn't be here without my relationship with Ed. I wouldn't be in the public eye or showing like how strong I am, and other people can say I'm weak or whatever. I'm so grateful for what I have had the opportunity. And 100%, I'm not going to like go into detail. There are so many 3,000 reasons why I can say Ed was a good person, because if people are going to sit here and say, this is so sweet to hear, oh my gosh, you're an angel, blah, 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 there are reasons why I did choose Ed at that time as a partner. And I never get to share that. And a huge thing that I will share right now is I have a very good man in my life right now, but Ed was the first person in my life to make my daughter feel like an equal. And that's never going to be shared on TV. And I know that I deal with that all the time, that I can't imagine what is not shown in other things. But I will tell you 100%. If I can say one thing about Angela, this woman has bought in birthday gifts, Christmas gifts, everything for Michael. And yeah, what you see on TV is what it is. And what I have learned between the two, things are hyped up for TV and you get caught in the moment. But I do know that she did love him. And I know that she had gifts for him and bought them and saved them. And again, when I did semi come out with the cancer in my stomach, Angela and Jasmine were the first two people to ever reach out to me to ask me if I ever needed anything. Can I DoorDash you something? Can I send you something? What do you need? Not even like my own close family or my own partner, you know? So there is a bond that we have in the 90-day world where I just don't feel like it's appropriate, where I know T? Do I know things? Can I see things? Do I disagree with things? No. But again, when it comes time between filming and showing things, Jasmine was not pregnant at the last resort. That shit filmed within a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
And can you go on record and say Gino is a sweet guy?
I will 100% say that my interactions with Gino, only my opinion with my one-on-one, I can see where he's coming from. I can see where Ed's validations are going to be 100% with him, and I can see where my validations are going to be 100% with him. Also, vice versa, I can see that him and Jasmine get along so funny on social media business. And I can see like there's always going to be two sides and everybody's going to be right. I don't believe that there's three sides. I feel like everybody's entitled to their own feelings and there should be validation between it. And you get what you get and you see on TV and that's it, which also scares me to go back on TV, period.
Mm-hmm. So let's say you're in a magical new relationship and then TLC's like, all right, we want you on like a main show, main series, not diaries. So would you do it with the new guy?
If I'm going to go into a new series, I'm gonna be very cautious right now because I'm at so much peace in my life.
Mhm.
But also, if I do agree on going into a new season, I do need to understand that there is going to be drama and there's going to be things and there is tea hidden within my 90-day castmates, but I still would never want to talk bad about anyone.
Mhm.
So,
True. Yeah, no, yeah. So be on the show though, there has to be drama. So yeah, it's not going to
Ainsley,
be conducive to a non-dramatic relationship, right?
yes.
True.
So, I just texted you. But anyway, besides that, I do have to go. I am celebrating 3 months of friendship right now.
Mhm.
So,
Oh.
wait, where'd Coco go?
Oh, yeah. That's a good
And
question.
by the way, we need that GoFundMe so they can fly me out there.
Just see,
Yes, please.
I'm waiting for it.
Wait, is that a thing for real? Is
Someone literally said, "What is someone gonna shoot their shot? We need to do a GoFundMe."
well, I'll be in the
Raven said it.
I'll be in Cali for my birthday. Why doesn't everybody just come out for my
Wait,
birthday?
when's your birthday?
June 28th.
George, shut up. Mine's the
Dude,
29th.
that's my anniversary.
And Coco's already out there, and oh my gosh,
I'm not out there. I'm in Vegas.
You're like an hour flight, so you can
That's
be.
true.
you really are.
We
We
should-
can make
Okay,
a
we'll do something. We'll do it.
24.
Yeah.
and let me throw this out there. My birthday's in July, and I usually go to like New York City. So that's
Wait, July what?
Bro,
13.
you're already next to New York City. Let's be adventurous here.
Wait,
Actually, I
Shabooty,
met you.
July
I met you,
what?
Shabooty, in Vegas.
True.
We should just
Actually,
all go out for my birthday. It'll make it.
July 4th. Hey, Sherry, that is my favorite holiday, by the way.
Mhm.
I'm
Well,
in
I live in
Vegas till the
Vegas now.
3rd.
We got to plan this. Okay, but I'm going to get off the
Liz,
phone.
Liz, by the way, another one of our goals is the 90 Day Fiancé Fridays crew is to do like a live podcast, like a show, like how the reality gays do it.
So I'm actually trying to switch from my night job to a day job because I see how much this is affecting me and with like my medication and stuff. So I will be more available on Friday nights. But I made a promise. I do got to get off the phone. I'm not going to listen to hear the shit talking, but you all behave. Coco, I miss you.
I miss
Listen, that
you. You know
GoFundMe
what? I'm
because
gonna
I'm not
come out
buying
to
my own ticket.
California.
Yes, I'll be in California soon. And GoFundMe because I'm not buying my ticket out there.
Okay, yeah.
Well, Shabooty, that's on you. You have to get the ticket.
Listen, I'll take the 3-star hotel.
3 stars. I would never.
Oh,
3.5.
by the way,
4
Liz, we heard
stars.
Sorry, I only stay at Waldorf's.
Oh, one last topic before we leave, Liz. I heard from our, oh, you know who we had on last Friday? It was like Devin from.
Yes, I have to go listen to that.
But she was saying when her season, when they did the tell-all, they had like the big shots, like Jasmine and Nikki Exotic or whatever, in one hotel. Then they had the like lesser cast members in the shittier hotel, which is like Devin and Clayton and shit.
So I will definitely say, hold on, I'm sending one text. Just come say hi real quick. I will definitely say that when it comes down to it, is a lot of things come down to like last minute booking. I will say that when I started out with this, we weren't allowed to kind of be with each other. There's no secrets. Everybody knows everything. I think that the one thing needs to be is we got to grasp on reality. Like literally the season's not even over and we know who's here in the States. So you can't hide things. But it does come down to it. Like even when I became really good friends with Tyree, and everything, hotels get booked out in the city. So when it comes down to like, are you available? Are you able to come? You can. Okay, I now I'm getting what you're saying. The big shots in one, the other ones in the other. It does come down to like last minute booking too. Even with like last minute traveling and stuff, there's only certain things available. But I'm getting what you're saying.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, Liz, okay, sorry to annoy you. One last thing to annoy you with. Can you say like, hey, this is Liz and you're listening to 90 Day Fiancé Fridays?
Yeah. Hey, this is Liz, and you're listening to 90 Day Fiancé Fridays.
I love you, Liz.
I
Yeah, I
love
love you
you.
too.
Thank you, Liz.
I'm
Thanks,
also
Thank
Liz.
here with the
you.
boys. They can say hi real fast. I have the boys.
Hello.
Hello, say hello.
Hey.
Hey.
We're
Hi.
having a fire. I just got home, so. But okay.
Oh, okay.
Shabooty, I'm gonna text you.
Okay, thank you. This will be on Apple and Spotify tomorrow.
Bye, guys. Coco,
Okay,
I miss
bye.
you.
I miss you.
And we're gonna come out for birthdays.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yes, y'all have to come.
I'll be there.
Vegas.
All
Cool.
right. Bye, guys.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
That was pretty awesome, right?
Everyone loves Coco.
Yes.
Yeah, apparently so. Yeah, everyone loves Coco.
Don't be bitter.
You know what? If it doesn't work out, she might be my next girlfriend. So sorry, Shabooty.
She's not old enough, Coco.
Gotta grow out the gray hairs, but yeah.
No, I like old dick, not old pussy.
Oh, so you're discriminatory against old pussy and not old dick. So that's kind of ageist. Is that
Of
ageist?
course I'm ageist.
Yeah, you're very ageist.
Of course you just figured this out now?
I didn't know that it was like it varied by gender. I didn't
Oh
know.
yeah. Yeah.
that was very exciting, right?
That was very exciting. I was not expecting that tonight.
I know it wasn't a mahogany, but it was close.
Shabooty.
Well, I will say this. She did say that she's dating, not married, and
Mm.
she's waiting on you
Well, she also
to
said,
shoot your
No, but
shot.
did you also hear her like quietly say like, "Oh yeah, I'm celebrating 3 months"?
Of friendship.
Yeah, she's being coy, but yeah.
Well, she said she's dating, not married. So I have a question. So if she's dating this guy, right, motorcycle guy,
Mm-hmm.
would you also be interested in dating her? Because some people date more than one person at a time.
True. Well,
Are you one of those guys that has to own your woman? She becomes like your property. She can
Jesus
only be
Christ.
seeing you.
Oh, you mean you? Well, let's get very specific in the hypothetical, and this is not about Liz. We're just hypothetically speaking about whatever. So let's say the hypothetical, a woman, not Liz, just a woman's fucking some guy that has a motorcycle, and
Correct.
you're dating her, and she's fucking you, so she's fucking
Correct.
you at the same time. That's a hypothetical.
Correct.
Would I be cool with that? Like me?
Yeah. Would you be okay dating a girl that's dating other people?
I don't think I'm into the whole like she blew a guy like 5 hours ago, and then I'm now going down on her.
Oh, so you're not a cuck.
So you're not.
So you wouldn't like
You're not ETF.
you wouldn't eat the girl out if she just got fucked. So you wouldn't like suck the cum out of her pussy
Yeah,
from the other
that's
guy.
not my
No,
thing.
You know what? I
Okay.
think I came back at the wrong time.
No, but that's a thing.
Well, no.
Booty
Hypothetically,
is too handsome to be playing second fiddle.
Listen, I
stop.
know many gorgeous men who are cucks.
Hypothetically, the person showers.
Oh god.
Okay.
He doesn't
So
have to be sleeping with sharing anybody.
so wait. Okay, I'm gonna ask the panel then. Coco and Cap, would you date a guy that is also dating other people?
No.
What do you mean by
Because
that? Like openly?
yes,
No.
you know that he's dating other people, and he knows that you're dating other people, but you're also sleeping together.
No, I've never done that.
I wouldn't do that.
So are y'all like all like
I
really?
wouldn't, because you're saying dating. Dating means that
Dating
that's
means like you have a relationship with them.
a relationship.
No, guys.
Will you
this
sleep
is-
with somebody that you don't know that's sleeping with other people? You just fuck
This is
buddies.
2025. Dating means
No,
You're
it doesn't
talking
matter
to
if it's
different people.
2025. I mean,
No, dating and fucking are two different things. If you're dating
Exactly.
somebody, that's like your main go-to person. If you're fucking somebody, that's just like a booty call whenever you want, you're scrolling through your black book and you're like, oh, you know what? Let me see.
No. Liz
That's
said,
a committed relationship. And y'all
guys,
gonna do
Liz
what?
said she's dating, not married, and she's waiting for you to shoot your shot. So my question is, would you be interested in joining her dating pool? That was my question. I
Mhm.
didn't say y'all are getting married,
Well,
but
she
would you
seems
be?
like she's pretty fixated on this one she's with now, so that's probably like a.
Well, that might be because she hasn't had the right dick in her mouth. We don't know. We don't know that she's
I mean,
cheated on that one, right?
Let me get that trombone sound effect real quick.
yeah, she didn't leave any room for misinterpretation. She was, singing his praises and how wonderful he is and all that other
Like
stuff.
when she was sick puking in the toilet, he was like on the bathroom floor on a
Yeah,
pillow.
leaping and wiping the vomit down her face. So I don't think that's a cue for, saying, okay, this guy's so wonderful, but I'm open to fuck somebody else or date somebody else.
You're
She,
so wonderful while I shit my brains out and puke my.
yeah.
Okay, so I think I got my answer. So
Mhm.
Shabooty, you can't date somebody unless they're only yours. I think I got my
I
answer.
don't. As much as I adore Liz, I don't want to be her sloppy seconds either.
That's
Exactly.
not what I'm saying. Guys, that's not what I'm saying. It's 2025. This is what people are doing now.
True.
They
Yeah.
are not getting married anymore. They're dating as many people as they want to date. This is how the dating world has changed. So I just wanted to know if you were adapting to the current dating situation. And I guess the answer is no.
The answer is she got to be exclusive.
Yeah. What
okay,
about you?
sorry, I got cut off. I accidentally
What about you,
exited.
George? What about you, George? Would you date someone? Would you be with someone that you know openly is with other people?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it.
I couldn't do that.
Really?
Well,
That's
because I'm a jealous type.
that's too much. That's too much going
It just, I mean, even
on.
if like, I mean, I know you're saying this is the world we live in, well, blah blah blah. I mean, like, listen, my entire 20s was just like randomly bed hopping like 80-year-olds, you know. Um,
Good Lord have mercy.
so that being said, like, but if I'm talking to you, I will cut everybody else just to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
But
Like,
see,
if I actually feel that connection, then yeah, absolutely. I'd be like,
the
you know what? I'm
problem,
talking to you.
but see, the reason why it's changed from that, the problem is with when you put all of your eggs in one basket, you one
Sure.
dude becomes your world. When that dude fucks somebody else, your world implodes. So
Yeah, sure.
the dating pool of now, they're like, well, I'm not gonna put all of my eggs in one basket because one person is
No, no,
more
no, no,
likely
no. I'm
gonna.
not saying that, but if you get to know them and you like enjoy spending time with them, and then you realize, maybe this can go somewhere. I mean, like my
So
person right now, Mr. Coco, Steve, um, he was the only serious relationship I've ever had.
so you're the marrying type.
Yeah, for sure,
All right,
absolutely.
I got you. So Shabooty, you're the
Yeah,
marrying type.
Am I the
yeah.
main type?
So you're the
If you're gonna
marrying
put
type.
that energy out, I expect that same energy to come in.
I'm not the marriage type, but I'm the serious type. Like a serious.
See, I'm not either one. I'm
Okay.
not. I would never marry anyone. If I had a choice between getting married and cutting off my wrist, I would just cut off my wrist because I think getting
Really?
married. Yeah, I think getting
But
married is one of
why?
because marriage doesn't work. All right, so
I
let me
mean,
tell
yeah,
you.
there's something to that
Let
because
me
we've been
tell.
together like 6 years now.
Let me tell you a fun story. My mom and dad divorced when I was 3. My dad has remarried 4 times and started 3 additional families. My grandpa and grandma divorced, and he had 3 additional families on my grandma. My brother has been married 4 times, and my sister has been married 5 times. I don't believe in marriage because in my world, my universe, it's never worked. So when I see people, they're like, oh, I met this person, and I'm going to put my whole life into their hands. And I'm like, well, that's a really stupid thing to do because in my opinion, that person is going to take your life and they're going to shit on it. because that's what I've seen. So when I say I have to be clear, when I say marriage doesn't work, that's my personal opinion. It might work fully well for you, but in my world, I would never bet on. Like if I was in Vegas and I needed to bet on marriage or not betting on marriage, I would never bet on marriage because it's never going to be a winning bet.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, I think we've had this conversation before.
Well, it's just interesting that all of you are the marrying type.
No, I said I'm not the marrying type.
But you want one girl.
I just got married in October, so.
Yeah, but you were with your dude for like 20 years, right?
Yeah, 27.
Yeah, you're definitely the marrying type. In the whole time,
I'm marrying type. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I'm saying JLP took her time, and that's what I would do too.
Well, you just said though, you could have the girl that you want, but she has to cut off every other living male in order for that to happen.
But then George, how would you know if that's your person? Is the person if you don't have a serious relationship with the person, you just bed hopping whenever, you'll never know if that's your person. You know,
there's no such thing. There's no such thing as your person.
I totally believe there is. There's
there's no such thing as your person.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely is your person.
There is, yeah.
You can meet somebody and they'll be your person for a certain amount of time, but there's no forever person. That doesn't exist.
True.
It doesn't exist.
Me and my husband just got married in October. We've known each other for 27 years. Now, in those 27 years, we dated, broke up. He got married to somebody else. I was with somebody else. He got divorced. We dated again. We kept going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And finally, at the end of the day, we ended up both single and we tried it again, 10 years, and then it worked and we got married. But not that we just met and decided, oh, this is going to work. That was my person, because after so many years apart and we found each other again and it worked, that means that's my person.
But he was also his ex-wife's person for a while.
And JLP, didn't you lose your marriage certificate?
Yeah, I found it because of you guys. I found my marriage certificate. It was in the bag from the hotel after the. But yeah, that's what happens. You know, everybody has a person. That's not true.
No, I'm not. I didn't say they didn't have a person. Everybody has a person for a certain amount of time.
Listen,
there's no such thing as forever.
For me.
There's no such thing as forever when it comes to your person.
So it's a certain amount of time. Oh,
that's true for my circumstance. Sure.
Yeah, you know it's your person. If you break up with this person and you run into them 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line, and you guys hook up again and last forever, that means that person.
Yeah, I believe in soulmates. 100%.
Can I tell you
I told Steve when I first went the first week that we were dating, I told him he was my soulmate, and we've been together 6 years.
Can I tell you a story?
Yeah.
So my sister went to prom with this guy, and they dated for a while and broke up. And then 20 years later, they got back together, started dating, got married. And fast forward 5 years, they're divorced and want to hurt each other physically. So I believe that you have a person, but there's an expiration date. No one, just like when you buy a car, you love that car, but in 6 years, you're going to drive by a car and you're going to be like, I fucking hate this car. I want that car. I think everything has an expiration date on it. There's no such thing as that's going to be your person for the rest of your life, because we're human and we're not built that way. We're not built to want to live in the same house for 100 years. We're not built to want to drive the same car for 100 years. That's not how we're built.
And the way George got along so well with Steve, I thought Steve was George's person as well.
He could have been.
Steve is a great guy.
He is a great guy. I mean, do you know how many times we've gone close to we've probably broken up like 4 or 5 times in the last 6 years, but we never actually did it. It was just, we just realized it was just like, you know what? Yeah. Okay. We made through a lot of shit. We've gone through a lot of shit together. And that's how I know he is my person.
Mm-hmm. And he was with you through your rehab stint, right?
Oh, wait.
Yeah, he was.
Elena says that I'm being depressing. I'm sorry. She said we all have expiration dates. I didn't mean it like that. I said we all have expiration dates. I meant that your love for someone, it has an expiration date. because you can't
Oh,
love.
I don't think that at all.
forever.
I've been in love with Liam McGarry for like 25 years,
That's
and he's
Yeah.
dead.
My
But-
in-laws were together for 60 years. Never cheated on her, never cheated on him, and he died in 2019. And that was his person. Till death till them part. So it does exist. You just gotta have an open mind.
Well, it exists for some people. When I look at statistics tells me through divorce rates that when people think they're with their person, 58% of the time they're not with their person, but they swear to God that they are.
I mean, yeah, you know what? In a sense, you're right, George, because times have changed a lot from when we probably were younger or when our parents were in love or stuff like that. Times have definitely changed. Now, people don't even think about marriage,
Well,
People
why would you?
not
Why
last.
would you? Look at Jasmine and Gino got married. Now look at them. Like marriage brings such horrible, terrible things into people's lives. That's why it's crazy to me that there's people who are like, "Ooh, I'm happy right now. I should marry someone so they can shit all over my life." Because that's exactly what Jasmine did to Gino. He was happy. He had a financial situation that was favorable. He brought this woman into his life so she could destroy it. And that's what marriage usually does to people.
But not to change the subject, but I just got a funny message from Elena who's listening.
Oh no.
As can we put the Mahogany Shabooty sound inside a Build-A-Bear?
Shabooty.
Oh, and then we could bring it on the road with us and play it.
Oh my God, I would love it. I'm gonna do it.
It could be a merch item.
Yeah.
I like that. Coco Puff says if I met my lobster, I might reconsider. I don't even eat seafood.
You don't you don't like salmon?
Yeah, I do like salmon.
Okay.
I don't eat lobster or crab or nothing like that.
I
What
like
ab-
sushi.
Yeah, what about like a California roll?
I like California roll if there's chicken in it. I for real don't like seafood. But
Oh my God.
I was raised in a cult where we couldn't eat it.
What about shrimp?
Well, I was raised kosher. We couldn't eat it either, but I fucking devour that shit once a week.
I can eat shrimp, but like I have to be in the mood for it.
Mm.
The smell is kind of bad. Seafood kind of smells like toilet food, like it came out of a toilet.
Well, it smells like Lauren cooked it in the bathroom.
Yeah, it really does. I can eat shrimp though, for real. I can. I won't eat squid or octopus or any of that weird shit though.
You know what? You know what? I have like a pet peeve. My pet peeve is like people that have a shellfish allergy, like shrimp and stuff or whatever, but yet they love the taste so much where they're like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna order like some shrimp," and then they get the shrimp and eat it, and then they have an allergic reaction. They're like, "Fuck, why did I do that?" I hate people.
Yeah, that's me and cheesecake.
I don't know anyone who does that. Wouldn't they die?
I do that with cheesecake.
Yeah, they have allergic reaction knowing that it's a and they still order it.
So George, would you rather eat a pussy that smells like fish or a fish that smells like pussy?
Oh,
That's one.
Well, it depends on whose pussy.
That's one and the same.
Nah, you haven't ate mine.
That smells like fish. That smells like pussy.
hey, Jancy, ask that question again. I got to think about it in my head.
It's the same smell, dude.
It's not what kind of pussies are you around that it smells like fucking like fish? Mine smells like fucking daisies and Creed.
What? Yours smells like daisies and what?
Yeah, mine's very like floral scent.
Question. It's a rhetorical question. I mean, nobody wants to eat a pussy that smells like fish.
No.
But you'll eat a fish that smells like pussy.
So I have a question. Why do people eat fish?
Because it's healthy.
This is delicious.
Fish is delicious.
What do you mean? Why do people eat fish?
Because it doesn't smell good. So I'm asking.
Are you fucking kidding? Okay, what fish have you had? Oh my God, I love a good fried tilapia.
You've had
So y'all just
experiences, George.
You guys sniff fish and think it smells good.
Yeah, I fucking love salmon. I eat salmon twice a week.
And you think salmon smells good?
Oh my God, it's the most delicious smell in the world.
It smells good. It's as long as it's not rotting.
Yeah, it depends if it's fresh or not. If it's like 2 day old.
Yeah, I'm not fucking eating like molded salmon.
Yeah, good fish doesn't smell. That's
no,
it's just me.
Good fish doesn't taste fishy.
Maybe it's just me. Maybe I just don't like the smell of fish.
Maybe you're getting like grocery store salmon. Like no, grocery store.
Gas station.
Whole Foods makes the best salmon.
You're getting gas station sushi.
He's
all fish,
gas station sushi. Yeah, that's it.
all fish has a ocean smell to me, and I'm not into it. But like maybe other people don't mind that ocean dirty smell. Like I just don't. I'm not into that smell.
True. Should we get back to 90 Day Fiancé?
Yeah. Enough pussy talk.
Okay, the next topic was I was gonna read that Natalie rant.
Oh yes, please.
But I should have perfected my Natalie accent. What is?
Dutch?
Okay, I'll just read it. I don't know her accent.
The key is to not open your teeth.
Yeah.
Josh, I can't believe you do this to me.
Okay.
Invite me to Vegas, Josh. Invite me to Vegas.
Is she
Okay,
Asian?
I'll do the first paragraph in a weird accent, then I'll speak normally. Okay, ready?
All right. Oh my god.
After my relationship has been tough.
Why does he sound Armenian?
Is that like a Jamaican accent? No, but fuck. Never mind the accent. That was embarrassing. Let's try that again. Dealing with the aftermath of my relationship has been tough. After we parted ways, I tried to move on by cutting off contact. I thought he'd expect me to be upset, but I stayed strong, which seemed to bother him. This is about what's his name? This is about Josh. At the tell-all, he introduced a new girlfriend half his age. He acted like the victim and hinted that I had treated his ex badly, a person I never mentioned. He then started calling me a liar and a scammer. This hurt deeply, especially since I made big sacrifices for him, moving to a new state and waiting years for him to decide about our future. During this time, he was with other women while I stayed loyal. He knew he didn't want children or marriage with me, but kept promising things that would change. He had a long-term living-in girlfriend. That's why he could never bring me to his house. Even after I left him several times, he came back only to break up again at last resort to protect his ego, a typical sign of narcissistic behavior. His actions have left me heartbroken and confused. I trusted him and gave him so much, but he used me for his own gain. It's painful to realize I spent years with someone who didn't truly care about my happiness. P.S. This is the part that I think is funny. P.S. As a student of psychological science, I can explain a lot better his behavior. Josh's actions exemplify classic narcissistic behavior, particularly the use of DARVO, deny, attack, reverse victim, and offender, a tactic where the perpetrator denies their wrongdoing, attacks the accuser, and reverses roles to portray themselves portrays themselves as the victim. End rant.
Thank you, ChatGPT.
True.
Well, damn.
Because there's no way in hell she came up with that.
Yeah, she didn't write all that.
What, George?
Well, I was just shocked at what it made sense. So that was shocking because it was coming from her. But you're right; it wasn't written by her. But I don't think she's fully wrong. I definitely think Josh. Here's my theory. I think Josh took advantage of her because he knew that she's not all mentally there. And I think that he used her. I think they use each other. Like, let's just be realistic. I think they use each other, but I think she was under the impression that something was real going on, and he was never under that impression, but she never got the memo. Like, I think he was like, oh yeah, I'll date her because I can be on the last resort and I can be on the single life and I can do all this. I think she thought they were like doing things that was going to turn into a relationship. I don't think that she realized that he was just having fun and getting on TV. So I'm not team Natalie or anything, but I do think that she's like 74 screws short of a toolbox.
Yeah, but we can't go without saying that he didn't lead her on, because even at the tell-all, he says he slept with her a couple times again. So
he threw her a nice bone. That's nice.
He was leading her on, probably giving her hope.
Mm-hmm. I mean, for
sure, he seems like the total guy. I'm gonna be honest. He seems like a fucking douchebag.
The part. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, especially like living in LA, like I've lived for 30 years. Like I know his type, and he's just a player. Like that's just what he is. So the fact, like, I think he used her to get on TV for exposure for his fucking, model, whatever fake company that he is allegedly. And I think he's just a fame whore.
True. The like line that stood out to me was when she finally saw the light as far as what's going on with Josh, where she says like he knew he didn't, no, not that part, where it's like he had a long-term living-in girlfriend. That's why he could never bring me to his house. Yeah, of course. He was with
Yeah.
his mama, and he didn't want Natalie there. His
Well,
second mama.
yeah.
I'm talking about the first baby mama. I'm talking about the second baby mama. Right, George?
Yeah, this is the second. The son's mom and the daughter's mom is a different person.
Do we
Yeah.
Done.
do we recall at all how they met? Was it that she met him online, or how was I can't really recall exactly how Josh came into the picture, because I knew before Josh they on the single life she had dated that other guy that she slapped in the face or something, that she dated, that he looked like a sweaty street magician. And then Josh came into the picture in the next episode or something like that.
So I was told they actually met at one of his castings for preview models.
Yeah, that's what Elena just said.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
He showed up there, just as a regular person trying to get a modeling job.
Mhm.
And he was like, "Oh, you're Natalie from 90 Day Fiance." And, a light bulb went off and he was like, "How you doing? Like, how you doing?" And I think that's kind of how it started.
He's like, my ship has rolled in, mama.
Yeah, yeah. When you're praying for a miracle and then something falls into your lap. That I
Yeah.
feel like she fell into his lap and he was like, "This is the big break that I've been asking."
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't think he should be a repeat cast member. He really didn't add anything to the show. And I mean, she, with all her craziness, she was a little bit more interesting to watch than he was, because we already knew what kind of person he was. I mean, we all saw him coming a mile away. We knew it was a plan, and he was using her to be on TV. So I don't think his story is going to go any further.
Well, he was also friends with the Libby sisters
Mhm.
because one of Libby's sisters also used to work at Preview Models. So he's always been in the mix of the 90 Day people. So I believe Jen was one of the people that worked with him at Preview Models back in the day.
Mm.
Like,
And
okay, George, when you hung out with the 90 Day Bad Boys, it was Josh was there, right?
yes.
So, okay, here's a random question. It's not really important, but did you talk more with Rob or Josh?
Josh was very friendly.
Who's more talkative, Rob or Josh? Is the question.
Josh. Rob doesn't talk much.
Mhm.
He's very quiet.
Mhm.
He like the guy that you saw at the tell-all, that's not who I met. He's
Mhm.
very quiet. Like he's really friendly. Like we met, he gave me a big hug, we talked, we shook hands, whatever. But like it wasn't like an ongoing conversation. He was pretty quiet. Like it was a lot of us there, right? It was
Kimberly.
Justin. It was Justin, their photographer who does all the videos. All the bad boys. Kim was there. There was a lot of people there, but like Josh was very talkative to everybody. He was very, very kind of like used car salesman. Like always had something to say.
He's an extrovert, right?
Yeah, very, very extroverted. Um, Rob was quiet. Like
Like a
unless
snake
you
oil salesman.
Yeah, unless you said something to Rob, he didn't say much to anybody. He was just quiet. I called him an observer. He was very observant
That,
of the
that
situation.
that's what the funny, like that's kind of how I am. I'm the guy who's like observing, but then hopping on Twitter while I'm hanging out with you, talking shit on Twitter about what I'm observing.
See, I am an observer, but I'm very, very, I'm more like Josh in social situations. I'm
Mhm.
very loud. I'm very center of attention, outgoing.
Mhm.
But I observe too. But like it's fine if I go out with people that I don't trust. I'm more like Rob. I have to observe you first before I get a good feel. But if I know the people, or whatever, then yeah, I'm more like Josh. I'm very loud. You can't get a word in. Kind of like on here, y'all are trying to get a word in, and I don't let you. That's kind of how I is.
Speaking, let me get a word in real quick. When I'm hanging out with like celebrity types, that's when I become like an extrovert. I get all excited. I'm all outgoing because I'm all excited, hanging out with cool people, and then I'm all like outgoing. But if I'm hanging out with like Joe Schmo, like if I'm hanging out with Matt, the tow truck guy, I'm probably gonna be an introvert. That was a random knock at Matt, but anyway, yes.
When I think it's for everybody. When you're surrounded by people you don't know or trust, you're always kind of like have your guard up, so you're observing to see, and then when you're around people that you do know and you get along with, and you're more outgoing. But then alcohol changes that personality for in both scenarios. Because if you're in a in a scenario where you don't know anybody, once you get 2 or 3 drinks, you introduce yourself to everybody.
True. Can I use this moment real quick? Give some shout outs. Number one, shout out to Summit and Jenny for sharing my post, and also Summit for taking a photo holding up a phone with my social media profile on his phone. And that's proof. That was proof of my meteoric rise, right, Raven? So shout out to Summit. And also, let me give a shout out to Heather/Vegas, who's in here, who just joined our Patreon too.
Oh,
Ooh,
Heather
where are
Vegas.
you located in Vegas?
Yeah, Heather, let us know if you're in Vegas, because Coco Vegas is in Vegas.
No, I'm actually in Paris, Texas.
It'd be funny if Coco Vegas like moved to like this is a corny joke that I'm trying to line up. If she moved to Hershey, Pennsylvania. Get it?
Coco Hershey.
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought you meant because I've had diarrhea in the past.
No.
okay.
Joke alert.
Did I ever tell you the time I shit my pants in the casino and
No.
she had to go to Fred Siegel and buy me a new pair of like Lululemons because that was the only thing. And then like I sat down on the seat and I left a skid mark. And some guy sat down with his wife on the seat that I had just left a skid mark.
Oh wow. Okay.
Was that
I
a
don't know why I just said that to everyone.
great flush?
I don't know what to say after that. Oh, but wait a minute.
What's up? You sound
Lana said that when she meets people within 5 minutes, she tells them her life story.
Oh, are you autistic too?
What?
No, that's an autism thing. I do it all the time.
Do you tell people your life story?
Oh my God, yeah.
See, I don't do that. Like when I meet people, I used to be very like intense because I was raised in a cult. So like when I would meet people, I would be like, "Oh yeah, when I was younger, I was in a cult and I got molested all the time." Like I don't do that anymore. That's way too much.
Yes.
It's way too much.
I've toned it down. But there's certain aspects of like where someone says something to me and I'm like, "Oh, by the way, this happened to me back in 1999." So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I try not to tell people my life story until they get to know me because I'll scare them away.
Yeah.
Because
I feel that.
I used to do that. Like I used to be like, "Oh yeah, this happened, and my parents are divorced, and my dad got all these families, and I was raised in a cult, and all this." Like, and then people were just like, "You're a lot," like that's a lot. And so yeah, I had to tone it down.
Mm-hmm. Okay, next topic is like we figured out that Burger King guy, aka Sean Finch, does have a sense of humor because I made a Burger King meme with him holding a mirror and then the reflection is the Burger King guy next to his face. And then he commented and he says, quote, "I'm not a hater. I am the king and I love burgers."
I love him. I think he has such a lovely personality. I think he's a really funny guy. I think he has a really thick skin. And you know what? I think he's great.
True. Yeah. Any cast member with a sense of humor, we will adore.
We love.
So you were telling me that, wait, are we allowed to say out loud what you told me about Stevie?
Oh, I think so because I think she did an interview with another outlet.
Oh, okay, because you told me that she has children.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does. I think somebody had mentioned that before on TV.
Oh, I didn't hear her say nothing about children on the
No,
show.
she has, I think, 2 boys.
There's like a daughter, I think. I don't.
I know.
So wait, did she say it on the show? Because I missed it somehow.
Yeah, I've definitely heard it before, not from you guys. And
I don't know. I don't think it was on the TV show.
yeah, I think it was on the TV show.
I don't think it was on the TV show.
No,
No,
I didn't know. I didn't know about it.
no. I think she's
well, it's probably in the episode that's gonna air Sunday then.
Oh, so it was okay. Because from when he told me that she had kids, I was very surprised.
I know she has. I just know she may. I don't know if she has more than one. I know she does have a daughter.
Well, the thing that was weird because I was like, when you walk in her house, there's all those like topless images of women's boobs, and then she was trying to like always paint what's his name naked, and that's not really something you can do with kids running around the house. So that was really surprising to me. I was like, oh, so the kids when they walk into the house, they just see all these naked boobs everywhere. You know, so I was
There's titties everywhere.
yeah, because I was
Mom,
like,
what's your vision here?
that's what caught me off guard because I was like, there's nothing wrong with her having kids and not having them on the show. I'm fine with that. But it was just really weird because, you know, when they were at home, they were trying to get naked and do art on each other. And I was like, is that stuff you do? That kind of reminded me of Juan and Jessica where they're trying to have sex, but none of their rooms have doors. And they got a house full of kids. And I'm like, y'all are risking it all, you know, because kids will be all over the place walking in on you. So like, y'all are risking it all.
I still feel the whole like drawing boobs and all that. I feel like the producers might have saw one booby picture and they're like, "Hey, can you draw like 10 illustrated whatever, 10 more booby pictures and then we'll make it into like your thing." I feel like they did that for the show.
Oh, so you think that she's not as obsessed with boobs as she leads on?
Yeah, I think that was like the producer. That'd be funny if you did like 20 booby pictures in your house.
Yeah, it says Stevie has 2 children. Yeah.
Where does it say?
She mentioned that she teaches English online and supports herself and her family.
Where does it say that?
I'm looking it up right now on 90 Day Fiancé stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't surprise me if it's online, but I think like as far as the show, she like protected him or something from being.
For kids. Yeah.
No, I'm saying like. I understand if she says it.
What I'm saying is I think she might present it now in this episode coming because I can honestly remember hearing her say that somewhere. That was almost meaning to mention it to you guys, but then I said maybe I misheard her because she hasn't mentioned any kids and we don't see any kids. And usually that's like the first thing, you know, they talk about their kids.
Well, not only that, but she went to her parents' house. There's a lot of like when she brought Maddie to meet her parents, you would bring your kids to their grandparents' house. So it's very interesting because she leaves them out of the scenes on purpose. And then when she went home, there was no kids there. So it was just interesting to me because I was like, oh, so if she does have kids, she's going out of her way to leave them off the show. Because, you know, Juan and Jessica made sure that we saw her kids in every scene, right? So it was very different.
I mean, everybody that has kids mentions them like right off the bat. Oh, my kids are this or they with that or blah, blah, blah. So for her to not be any mention or any signs of kids at all during the show, I thought I might have misheard that. I was like, okay, maybe it's the wrong character.
True. All right, we have 2 topics left. And we're gonna end before our final topic, which we're not there yet, but our final topic will be strip club reviews. Hopefully, if Gina delivers those to me.
Wait, is Gina here?
Yeah.
And she didn't deliver the strip club reviews yet?
No, Gina, deliver me the strip club reviews. Like, let me.
Gina, are you awake?
Yeah, Gina, are you there?
I think Gina might be sleeping.
No, she's here.
No, but is she active? Hold on.
She just texted the chat. I guess she can't speak.
Yeah, remember her mic?
No, she didn't just text. Anyway, before we go figure out what's up with Gina. Oh wait, she is here.
Yeah, she's just not speaking.
Her mic's acting up.
Oh, her mic is acting up.
Okay, well, Gina, not to be rude, can you please text me the strip club reviews? But Real quick before we get to that, oh, what did you think of the? I just think it's like it's a funny thing to me, not like a serious thing. But what did you think of the fan that said Jasmine wore like a latex like prosthetic belly during the tell-all? That's why she was getting all violent with Rob.
You know,
That's funny.
the thought kind of crossed my mind as well that it was a prosthetic belly because the way I mean, she was pretty far along, and the way she just popped up and was ready to fight, and everybody's holding her back. Like you would think, if you're that pregnant, you would be a little bit more cautious with your handling or people manhandling you. And I watched that scene about 3 times, and I'm like, yeah, this woman is not carrying on as a 7 month or 8 9 month pregnant person. And
Well,
belly was really big.
I don't know about that. I mean, I had a conversation, a bunch of conversations with people lately of people, I've had people messaging me and they're convinced that she was pregnant during the last resort taping or she was pregnant. And I was like, okay, so that means she was pregnant for 12 months. So she's in the Guinness Book of World Records now. Like, and there's people who are like, oh, well, she gave birth before the tell all and she was wearing a prosthetic or whatever stomach. And I was like, I'm trying to understand why people are really reading into this so deeply on when she gave birth versus when the show filmed. Because people are like, oh, well, when she was there, she didn't drink any alcohol. And I was like, well, there's some people that are clean and sober. Just because they're at a resort that serves alcohol doesn't mean they're going to get shit-faced drunk. Some people are sober. They're like, well, if she was not drinking, she must be pregnant. I was like, well, I could go somewhere and not drink. Am I pregnant? You
And
know,
she
like
had-
I'm trying to
she did
understand
have
why.
drinks. Didn't she have drinks?
Well, some
Drinks
people
when they
are
were doing, when they were
arguing that
doing
she
that
didn't drink.
Mocktails.
yeah, the art class with the women. I think she was having cocktails. They had a couple cocktails.
Well, I don't know. There's all these weird conspiracy theories of where people are like, "Oh, the March 19th date isn't right either. She gave birth in January." And I was like, "So they filmed it in January. She gave birth in January and she's fighting with Rob in January. She doesn't look like somebody that just gave birth to a baby a few days ago." On the tell-all. So I'm really confused as to why.
Yeah, she. It's funny because at the tell-all, she does look like her face
Rough.
still looks, yeah, like pregnantish, but it can also be because she had just delivered a baby maybe a month or two. Women don't just snap back to their old selves
Right.
after pregnancy. It takes a month, a good 3 months with exercise and rest. If you're staying up with a newborn baby, you don't look like that. No matter how much makeup you pound on, you look tired.
So, do you think she gave birth to the baby prior to the March 19th date that we know about?
I want to say yes. I think the baby was born prior to that. I think when she came to the tell-all, she came with that prosthetic belly just for the shock value of it. But the baby had already been born.
Wait, you're buying the prosthetic belly theory?
I'm kind of. I mean, I don't put anything past Jasmine. I can't put anything past her. And TLC is doing all kind of gymnastics to keep people from pinpointing this whole pregnancy thing. If she was an honest person and just came out from the beginning and said she was pregnant, people wouldn't be debating it. Like when it happened, how it happened. But she was tried so hard to hide it that it gives you reason to believe there's something wrong with, the dates are off.
Really? Well, I mean,
I could see that happening.
do you
They're doing so much.
Yeah, it's almost
It's
like,
time of the
oh, look
date.
at this, look at that. It's all very showcasey.
Yeah, so why are you trying so hard to hide it if you just trying to confuse the timeline so the viewers don't know that she was probably pregnant during that resort filming and they were editing parts, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, unless someone has the birth certificate.
so
Yeah.
wait, do you think that she was pregnant during the filming in March and April of 2024?
No, not that far. I mean, the baby can't be that old, but
Okay, so
at
you're
some
not
point,
buying into the she was pregnant back then and gave birth in November. You're not buying into that.
I think that she's saying the baby was born in April. That's
Um, They're saying that, TLC announced the baby was born on Wednesday, which I think was what, the 9th?
The 9th.
Bullshit. The baby doesn't look like that.
The baby,
But-
I'm thinking the baby might have been born February, the latest.
Well, my post was the photographer said it was like 3 weeks ago.
The photographer, yeah, because so 3 weeks. The photographer took the pictures of the baby 3 weeks ago, but when were the birthing? The birthing? The pictures of her giving birth were 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, according to the photographer, yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
the photographer said that she got a call to go.
So then, why the photographer took the post down?
Because TLC wanted us to believe the baby was born on April 9th.
So why they're doing so much spy shit for a baby? You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, but the reason they're not getting straight answers is because we're now talking about it because people are confused. Bloggers are confused.
Well,
and now it's a topic to talk about.
My theory is they filmed something already, her and Matt, and I think it has to do with the birth of the baby or her pregnancy. And in order to protect their footage that they already have, they can't release when the baby was conceived or born, or they can't give us the actual timeline because I feel like they were filming stuff with them in between the last resort and between the sheets and the tell-all. I think they filmed something already, and that show is going to answer these questions that we're having now. So if they answer the questions now, then that show will be irrelevant. So
I just when you have like that eureka moment.
Yeah.
So here's a eureka Shabooty moment, and this is not confirmed. This is just like intuition. So I think there's going to be a whole new spinoff with Jasmine on with Matt. It'll be a full season. It'll be like
their love story.
It'll be a new spinoff, and it won't be like just Matt and Jazz. It won't be a just Matt and Jasmine show, but it'll be single life-esque, and it'll be a spinoff, and it'll
Like
have
second chances.
Yeah, like 90 Fiancé Second Chances. That's a good title. So it'll be like 90 Fiancé Second Chances single life with like Jasmine and Matt, where
or 90 day adultery.
Yeah, 90-day adultery, where you don't got to worry about the fucking visa drama, no visa bullshit.
Just fuck your hall pass and get pregnant.
Yeah, so it's a fuck your hall pass, get pregnant like spin-off show that's like single life-esque. So that's gonna come out pretty soon.
And that's gonna be her and Kalani. Maybe they'll film together because they
can put Josh and Jen on there too.
Yeah, so that's gonna come out pretty soon.
I definitely think I'm gonna come out and say this. I don't think that she was pregnant during the last resort. The filming in March and April for 3 weeks in March and April of 2024, I don't think she was pregnant. I do know for 100% certainty, scientific certainty, she was pregnant during the filming of Between the Sheets, which filmed in November. I know with 100% certainty she was pregnant during the filming of Between.
That's when she started showing. But if they finished filming The Last Resort in when you said April?
April, yeah, it was 3 weeks long. It was 2 weeks in March, 1 week in April was the filming of the show.
They could have filmed all her parts in March to avoid any conflict, because in April if you watch the later episodes, there's some scenes where she's covered up the more, and the pillow, she's sitting on the bed, keeps covering with the pillow. They got her shots when she's thing from behind.
So wait, do you think that she was pregnant in March of 2024?
I think she was pregnant in April of 2024.
What's the difference between March and April? It's like a week or two.
Well, towards the end of the filming, she was already pregnant. So yeah,
they only filmed for 3 weeks.
So let's say she was pregnant in March, and if you count 9 months from March to, let's say she had the baby in January.
Well, if she was pregnant in March, she would have had to give birth in December, right?
March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Yeah. So April.
Well, the tell-all was filmed in January, so that would mean she was wearing a prosthetic at the tell-all.
Yeah. That would
Because if she gave birth in December, that's after Between the Sheets when she was wearing the red dress. That was the Between the Sheets filming. It was in November of 2024. She gave birth. She didn't look big enough to give birth a month after that, though, in my opinion. Did she?
George, we're dealing with editing. We're dealing with editing.
Do you know how many editors they have on the show? By the way,
They're gonna edit. They're gonna
like
edit.
12.
They're gonna edit the parts. When even with movies, when movie stars are pregnant, whatever they're shooting a movie, they try to get all that movie star scenes in shot before the person starts to show.
Absolutely.
Okay. Should we go to strip club reviews?
Yeah, let's go to strip club review. I'm tired of talking about Jasmine and her baby.
Yeah. All right, this will be the final topic, is strip club reviews. So let's see. Let me see if they're in my hold on, give me 1 second. Okay. Okay, this is a place called Lido Lounge. It's in Cleveland, Ohio, where George is from.
Oh, wow. I know where that place was. It's gone now, but I know where that place was.
Yeah, it's closed.
You've heard of it, George?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, we talked about it last time, Lido Lounge.
Yeah, I know exactly where that is. Where it was. I'm sorry, where it was. I'm not from Cleveland, by the way. I just live there. I'm from Louisiana.
True, that's what I meant. All right, ready? Y'all ready for the reviews?
Yeah, let's do it.
This is like my favorite segment of our show. Okay. Okay, ready? Okay, let's see. The first review is from Bob Johnson, aka Rob Dick. 1-star review. Last time I went here, I got molluscum contagiosum and hepatitis C. Be careful, boys. The BBF is not worth
What? What?
Wait.
What?
Hold on, I don't even know how to pronounce this shit. Let me text it back to the group chat. George, try to pronounce these words, because
Well, I'm confused. He got 2 STDs from the group chat. I mean, okay, I got molluscum contagiosum.
Molluscum contagiosum and hepatitis C.
I don't know what the first one is. I've never heard of that.
I've heard of molluscum.
I'm gonna Google it so I can.
Yeah.
Someone tell us what
hepatitis C.
That's like,
what in the fuck was he doing in there?
that's never what's her name? Who got it? I think it was Pam Anderson.
Okay, let's get into this. Molluscum whatever is a common viral skin infection that causes small raised bumps, often with a dimple in the center, that are usually painless and resolve on their own within a few months. All right, so let's go into. I'm trying to see what's.
I think I had that one time.
Is that like ringworms?
Hold on, I want to get the cause because I want to know how he got it. All right, direct skin to skin contact, such as from the infected person or through sharing objects like towels or bedding. It's most common in children, but can also affect adults, particularly those with weakened immune systems or people who are sexually active.
Oh my God. What were they doing in there?
I don't know.
They had strippers with wingworms?
Jesus Christ.
I don't know. Okay, that was good. You want to go to the next review?
Yeah.
Okay.
George is like, what the fuck?
Johnny Boy 123. This is a 3-star review. The Lido is an interesting place. On one hand, it's a total shit stain of a titty bar and usually has girls that are not too easy on the eyes. On the other hand, this place seems to be where decent lookers go if they get fired from one of their classier establishments. There's a VIP area that seems to be open to pretty much anyone who feels like walking in. Enter at your own risk. They make sure you have hand sanitizer.
Oh, so people know that it's not a clean place. They know that you might catch something in there.
True. Okay, this is a 4-star review from Fuckery12, and he says, "Oh shit, they got a new sign. Stay classy, Lido Lounge." That was it. I don't know.
That was it.
God.
Oh.
I feel like Ollie G is about to make an appearance.
Here's a one-star review from Cleveland Tom. Not to be confused with Cleveland Steamer.
I was about to say something, Shabooty. I was about to say something, but I didn't.
Okay, he says, I went to this place a couple of times this summer. The dancers, all of whom are average or worse, each seem to be more interested in doing everything but dance. Met a nice girl, Wendy, who was great conversation but past her prime. A few of the other girls were scary. They seemed to be either drunk or on something. I won't be back. It's interesting because Coco loves a guy past his prime. Oh,
Past his prime, honey. I like him when he's about to, like, 1 foot in the grave. Please.
true.
Well, now we know why the club is closed.
Okay, here's a one-star review from.
Because it's disease ridden.
Oh, they were giving out hepatitis and lap dances.
Here's a one-star review from Joseph 1K. He says, if you notice, there's 1 star. Now, don't get it twisted. I love this place. That 1 star is like a 5, but a 1. Anyways, a dance and a nightcap is on your mind. Set your GPS to this direction. Girls may not be the prettiest, but they'll rub one out with some meshies on. Anyone from this side of town knows the legendary Litos. I would ever respect you would look. The dude's grammar's kind of annoying me. I would ever respect you would like to look at. On a good drunken night, this is the last place you should be before you head home. Thanks, girls. Keep up the good grimy work you're known for.
They're giving hand jobs with mesh gloves on.
The meshies, which I think is like a
God. Well, no, it makes sense. They don't want the skin disease on their dick.
What is this place?
I'll read that sentence again. Girls may not be the prettiest, but they'll rub one out with some meshies on. Oh, so does that mean like gloves or something?
Yeah,
I'm assuming that means gloves. Yeah.
Yeah,
they'll
mesh.
jerk you off with the gloves on.
I'm thinking
For
about
science.
those mesh gloves that they use for the wedding. They look like fishnets.
Yeah.
I'll hurt your dick. Anyway, that's interesting. This is a 2-star review from Hot Mama, which I don't know.
Oh.
Girl. This is probably a woman. This club is gross. I danced here and I was told many times I look too good and innocent to work there. If you like fat, gross, ugly girls, then this is the place for you. I had my friends come up there when I was working. How embarrassing. The girls there look prego or have had like 4 kids, and their bodies can definitely show that. They need to realize they're not 20 and hot anymore, and it's time to put the heels up for retirement. I will never step foot in that ghetto ass club again. You can find Christie's.
God damn.
Stretch marks and saggy titties.
Wow.
Hot Mama must be hot. So,
Oh my God, the Board of Health must have shut them down.
okay, speaking of which, here's a 1-star review from username EU.
Ew.
EU says, ghetto trash hook. Oh, wait, hold on. This one has that dreaded N-word in it, so I'm not going to say it, but.
What?
What?
N-word. Ghetto trash hookers, N-word loving nasty bitches, taking food stamp loving fat whores.
What the fuck?
Oh, that
my
one is very.
God.
That one is extremely offensive.
Yeah.
You could have like held that one back, Gina. What's wrong with him? Anyway, this is from Winston. Oh yeah, we don't. By the way, we don't condone the dreaded N-word. Anyway, this is Winston 12 2-star review. It says, it was a late Friday night, and me and my buddy decided to try out Litos. First off, mostly all the dancers are either outweighed or ugly wait, sorry, my bad, I fucked up. First off, mostly all the dancers are either overweight or ugly ducklings. You had about 2 out of the 12 women who were there that looked half decent. No private rooms. The VIP area is accessible to anyone, and they have a $5 cover charge. I sit down, and one dancer comes up to me smelling like cigs and musk, asking me to buy her a drink. Seriously?
Oh.
That was and the funny part, his name is like Winston, and he doesn't like a chick that smells like cigarettes. Get it?
Yeah,
Hilarious. Yeah.
I do. I want to bring up that the building where this strip club was is no longer standing. it was torn to the ground. And I'm wondering if it's because it was so disease ridden.
They burned it with
They
fire.
burned it. Yeah, they like set it on fire and tore it down. Like now I'm
My
wondering.
God. What if it was like a leper colony strip club?
They shot a missile at it.
Yeah, like for real. When I looked at the space, I was like, oh, there's a shopping center there now. Like they tore that all down. Like it's literally was flattened.
Oh my God, I never heard anything so horrible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, also that area of Cleveland, West 117th, that's not a good area. But I think you got that based on that one review.
Mhm.
There's
It's not.
good areas in Ohio?
Oh,
There are places where you won't get killed. Okay, let me give you a real good explanation of that area. Do you guys remember back in the day there was a guy who kidnapped two teenage girls from Cleveland
Oh
and
my God. I
kept
remember this.
them?
Yeah.
There's a
Okay,
documentary about that. There was
so
three of them.
that strip club where the girl disappeared, she disappeared from the Burger King. That strip club was a block away from that.
Yeah, he had the three girls in the basement.
Yes.
Yeah.
So to give you an idea of that area, that's where two of the girls disappeared from. That area. So that wasn't an area that you wanted to be hanging around, like at all. And fun fact, the one girl, her name was Amanda, the one that was living in the basement. Her sister lived across the street from me. And they found her, she came home to live with her sister, and I actually was cool with her for quite a while. But that's a whole nother story for another time.
Yeah, he had him for like 6 years down there or something like that. Something crazy.
Yeah, and her baby that she had was
Yeah.
like living there too, and
Yes,
they were
yeah.
very. She was
Well, the
very like
documentary on Netflix has a documentary there.
yeah. So that neighborhood where that happened, that ain't nowhere that you wanted to be hanging around.
sure. Okay, let me have a few more reviews. This is James, 1-star review. It says, smells like ham when you first walk in. Do not recommend.
Oh
Why
my
would it
God.
Why would it smell like ham? What the hell?
Wait, but that could be misleading because ham does smell good if you fry it.
I don't know.
What? Why would a strip club smell like ham?
Maybe
That's
they
like
sell ham sandwiches.
Yeah, maybe they're making bacon and eggs in the
Oh,
But some of
ham
the
and
best
eggs.
food I've had were in strip clubs. So
okay.
Oh my
Here's a
God.
2-star review from Ron, aka Big Ron. He says, if you want cheap thrills and a ratchet women of all colors, this is the place for you. If you have standards, do not go to this place.
oh.
buddy, you're at a strip club. Your standards are really shot.
You have no morals.
Okay,
Come here.
are y'all ready for like wait, well, I was gonna play a sound effect.
Wait, did XXX Beast not go to this one?
I wanted to do like a drum roll sound effect, but I'm too lazy to put on my laptop. So drum roll sound effect. This is XX Beast is the final review. Ready?
Wait, XX
No,
Beast
are
went to
you
this club?
serious?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Well, we did
Who
it.
is this guy?
No way.
Oh, and then XX Beast reviewed it and he rated it 5 stars out of 5 stars.
What?
He did the STD place?
No way.
Y'all ready for the review?
No
I
way.
have to listen to this. Yes.
Let me stand up and vocalize this properly. Okay, no. He said, okay, this is 5-star review from XXX Beast, the GOAT of all time. He says, my family lives in Hawaii. Sometimes I get really lonely. I go here and have a nice lady hold me and cuddle me and tell me, quote, it's okay, Dorothy, you're home now.
Are you making this up?
Wait, can you repeat
Wait,
that? Can
are
you
you
repeat
making
that?
this
No,
up?
hold on, guys. Repeat that for me.
Get the fuck out of here.
Let me finish it and then I can read it again.
Okay.
Man, I don't remember her name, but she has stars that start on her stomach, and I'm not sure where they end. Her name was either Henna or Hannah, I think. That's it. That's the full review, but I can read it again if you want.
Yeah, please read the first part because, like,
Oh my God.
Okay, this is XXX Beast the GOAT, 5-star review. It says, my family lives in Hawaii. Sometimes I get really lonely. I go here and have a nice lady hold me and cuddle me and tell me, quote, it's okay, Dorothy, you're home now. I don't remember her name, but she has stars that start on her stomach, and I'm not sure where they end. Her name was either Henna or Hannah, I think. So yeah, that was XX's beast.
Oh my, who is
Oh
this
my,
guy?
oh my.
That's
He's
the
been to the
weirdest.
Michigan one. He's been.
That's the weirdest one by him, though.
Oh my God. They have hepatitis there.
Dorothy,
Maybe he thought that was another term for pokey.
that's
Oh
like a
my
garage.
God.
For those in the
Dorothy.
bottom. Yeah, Dorothy, you're home now.
Oh my God. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Matt Sharp, if you listen to this, you're the one with like money. Go find XX's beast and make a show out.
Please do it.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
God.
can't believe that he was right there in Cleveland.
I
That's
know.
crazy.
This
And
guy has been everywhere, everywhere.
he has to be a truck driver. One of the listeners said that he has to be a truck driver. And I
Yeah.
actually agree, because why else would he be all over the country
He
at
could be a
all these?
Well, because he's looking for lot lizards.
He could be a vacuum salesman.
He could be selling like fire hydrants or something. Or no,
could
fire
be-
extinguishers.
No,
No.
he's a Jehovah Witness.
I didn't say that. I was gonna be like, he's a JW.
XX's beast could have been knocking on Coco Vegas's door.
Oh no.
He works for the health department.
True.
No, but then he would have to go to every. That's only for your state. You can't just hop to every state.
True.
He could be a federal employee.
He's probably like
No, you know what? It's actually Elon Musk.
yeah. That's what I said. I made a joke. I said he's a Doge employee.
Yeah, he's probably
He's the doji. He's the doji
Department of
of exposure.
Gonad excellence. I don't know. Anyway.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Thank you, Gina, for pulling those. Gina's amazing.
Thank you, Gina. That was
That was epic.
That was fun. What a blast from the past, because I
That was epic.
I know where that place was.
Oh, you just real quick, like all the like comment section. It's like, let's see some of the comments. It's like, let's see. There's a bunch of like laughing emojis, and then it says, "Oh my fucking god, what the hell? Oh my god, epic XXX Beast Dorothy. I can't. He loved the club that was closed down for disease. That's great." Or somebody said he could be doing store damage assessment. And then this one says he has to be a paid fake reviewer. He's a pussy reviewer. Thank you.
Catfish.
Yeah, catfish. My bad. Catfish reviewer. Thank you, Gina. So yeah, they love the reviews as a moral story.
That was hilarious. That was hilarious. Great finale.
That was really good. Did y'all notice that no one talked about the food?
Yeah.
Not one person talked about the food, so that's a little
to be fair, when your main course is Hep C, there's really not much
Health
to
code
talk
violations.
about. I mean,
You're serving
listen,
botulism.
skin diseases. Like I had an awful.
That's probably where COVID was made.
There probably was. It probably still lives there
In the laboratory.
It's in the laboratory.
Oh my God!
is that patient zero?
It is.
That
Lido is patient zero, guys.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
So, guys, guess what state we're going to next week?
I'm assuming Florida.
Nope.
No?
Is it Vegas?
Texas.
No.
Red state.
There's a clue in his review.
Oh, Hawaii.
Yes.
Can I just say?
Hawaii.
Can I just say real quick? There's a really funny strip club like next to me called Little Darlings, and as I was walking by or I was driving by, and one of the sign goes, "In this economy, a 69 is now a 96."
Yeah, that's how much you guys are paying for eggs.
I mean, it's such a great place. It's a fun place.
My goodness.
True.
That was excellent. Thank you, Gina.
No problem.
By the way, before we started this episode, I was a little worried. I was like, we don't have that many topics, and it may be like a 1 hour show. And now look at us; it's like 1:45 a.m. Eastern time.
No, look at what happened when we did the emergency one. How long that one was.
Yeah, that was.
And we only had one thing to talk about
On a Wednesday.
Yeah, we had one pregnant whore to talk about, and we made that shit last. Right? That it lasted all day. And when we ended, we could have kept going.
Oh my God.
Right?
Yeah, so you're welcome for getting catfish.
George always says what I'm thinking.
What did I say?
We only had one pregnant whore to talk about.
Well, yeah, we didn't even have anything to talk about. All we had to talk about was one single pregnant whore. That's all
we
we
need
had
is
to talk
one
about.
whore, and we're good.
Yeah, we need one pregnant whore, and we got a whole show, right? And
So-
also, those are Rob's words, not mine. Don't come for me in my DMs. Don't even do it. I'm just repeating what was said.
We're just repeating it.
Right? Don't kill the
Yeah.
messenger.
Yeah.
I just want to say, talking to Liz was very cathartic because I was a little in my feelings privately because we hadn't heard from Liz in a while. So I was like, damn, is she still fucking with us or not? Because I feel a little left out. So it was really nice to talk to her.
Well, it's
Well,
not
the
like
thing-
she has Hep C.
Oh my
The,
God.
the thing with Liz is that she has to stay neutral, so she really doesn't have a lot to be on the cast about because she can't really divulge any tea, and she's not gonna side with us on hating on any cast members. So
You know, I know the point is we like to hear from her regularly. So if we don't hear from her from like a month or whatever, it feels like, oh, what's the deal? Is there a rift here? Because it's been so long. So it's really nice to reaffirm that we're like.
Wait, did you think that she was no longer Team Shabooty? Is that what you're trying to say?
he felt
I felt like it was a little too spotty for my liking. Like I like a solid connection, if you know what I mean.
So you felt like the connection was sus.
I feel like with all the like jazz and bullshit, it was like there's a lot of people that are like falling into the Jasmine well that is unfortunate. So I was worried that she's falling into that like that spiral.
Well,
Yeah.
I have friends that disagree with a lot of things that I agree with, but our bond doesn't change. Like we don't like I can't say anything specific, but there's people that take stances that are 100% against my stance, but they're my friends. But we don't nothing changes our friendship. Like we still get along and they get to like what they like and believe what they believe and I get to like what I like and believe what I believe. I don't think that Liz would have like flipped the script and would have went like against you. I don't think that she would have done that. I feel like y'all have been cool long enough to not go that route. So I don't know. I never thought that it was an issue. I didn't think it was an issue.
No, I think I'm probably being high maintenance where I was like, I want to hear from her more than I do hear from her. That's all. So,
Also, you're just being needy.
yeah, I'm being.
Yeah, you're just being needy.
He's clingy. You don't know this, George?
I mean, what the fuck? Hey, I'm very loyal though to my.
I mean,
podcast.
you do text her in private, so
Yeah, see, I'm not. I understand. I'm not a needy person. Like when people text
No,
me.
let me just say one thing. When I say I'm not, but I'm also not like I'm not like a double texter type either. Like if I text you, you don't respond, I don't like blow up your phone. Like I'll
You're
just
not
wait.
going to send a million emojis?
Yeah, like I'm not like clingy in the sense of like I'm not gonna text her. Like I'm not a double texter. So yeah.
Oh, I'm like a fucking 5 times triple texter. I'm like, anyways, fine. I don't care. I hate you. Okay, I'm going to make dinner now. Bye.
Yeah,
That's
I know how to handle celebrities. I don't like blow up. I don't sweat their balls, but I just
I just suck them.
oh
Oh!
They just have to be within a certain age bracket for you.
No, they
Coco,
have to be in a
suck 'em.
certain dropping length.
See, the best way to handle celebrities, I've learned, because I've had my share of celebrity friends, is they're very self-centered and narcissistic. So I'll ignore them
Mm.
and it drives them completely insane because they can't fathom a world where somebody could ignore them. So they'll call me and I'll send it to voicemail, or they'll text me and I'll read it and I won't respond, and it drives them insane.
Oh yeah, they're like, okay, fine, ignore it.
And then they'll call back and they'll be like, I know you fucking see me call it. Like it drives them insane because I'm not a needy person. Like when somebody texts me, I won't even answer you and if somebody calls me, I like cringe. So I'm not even like that. So like having friends that are very self-centered or famous or whatever, they hate me. because they know that I'm not gonna cater to their ego.
Yeah, that's the best approach.
Yeah, you got to treat him like a regular ass person.
Yeah, and
treat them like a regular person.
that's why I have so many friendships that I've maintained with people from TV or from the music industry, because I treat them like they're just anybody else. And that's what makes them like drunk. Because there's so many yes people. They're like, oh my god, if a celebrity calls you, they pick up before the phone even rings. They answer the text. They're like kissing their ass. I ain't kissing nobody ass. If
Yeah,
I'm
like
busy, I ain't even gonna answer the phone. Like I'm not even gonna pick up. I won't even text you back right away. And I think that's why I maintain my friendships, because they're like, damn, he really doesn't care that I got 1 million followers, and I don't. I really don't.
do you know who? Speaking of celebrities, do you know who like Hannibal Buress is, the comedian?
Yes.
Okay, so I've interviewed Hannibal Buress. It was kind of when he's kind of starting out, but I interviewed like Hannibal Buress in person, and it's on video. It's even on YouTube. Y'all can look it up if you want to. But like, look up Shabooty Hannibal Buress on YouTube, and I interviewed him for like 10 minutes, and basically he's like he's a great comedian. Like Chris Rock calls him. He's like Chris Rock's protege. And I basically interviewed Hannibal Buress as like a contemporary. I'm not saying I'm as funny as him. I'm not saying I could do stand up like he does. I don't really do stand up, but he does stand up. But I still interviewed him as a contemporary because I mean he was a fan of my like blog at the time. But the point I'm trying to make though is like I interviewed him as one-on-one contemporary. Obviously, he's a super talent. I'm not saying I'm as funny as him like that, but I still interviewed him like mano a mano, contemporary, one-on-one, peer to peer, and it went really well. So yeah, you got to talk to him like you're one of them. So yeah.
Yeah, that's when you put them on a pedestal, they really, really, really dislike that. And I learned it back from my radio days, where I would they would be diva like, and I wouldn't cater to them. They were like, somebody told me that you were gonna have this pipe of water, and I was like, this the water we got. Do you want to do the interview or what? Like, I just talked to them like they were a person, and that they really responded to that because I wasn't.
No charcuterie board.
No charcuterie board. No, nobody's picking out all the yellow M&Ms. Like, this is what we got. Okay, if you want to do it, let's go. Otherwise, I got other shit that I'm doing today. And that's how I talk to people. And then it's so funny because you would think they would be mad at me, but they actually respected that because they respected that I didn't kiss their ass all the time.
For sure. So that's the moral of the story. When you meet me, you don't have to kiss my ass.
Oh, was that the moral? Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I'm a celebrity. Get it? No, I'm kidding.
I'll bring you a charcuterie board.
I didn't realize that was the moral of the conversation.
Captain will bring you Lunchables from the gas station.
No, some gas station sushi, Cap. You bring him some gas station sushi.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring him some Lunchables from Walmart and a juice box.
Well, it smells like ham. I'm good.
And some Walmart Great Value potato chips.
With half of the bag all crushed up.
True. Since it's almost 2 a.m.
Let's wrap it up.
Let me just give Lana a shout out, but we'll try to talk to you, Lana, maybe Sunday because it is 2 a.m. almost.
Yeah, it is 2 a.m. All right, guys, I'm heading out.
Good night, everyone. Thank you so much for joining.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
We're in the
Great show.
episode of 90 Day Fiancé Fridays on a
Friday.
Peace. See y'all Sunday. This will be on Apple, Spotify tomorrow. Thank you everyone for listening. This was an amazing show. Thank you.
Peace out, everybody.
Peace.